Chapter 1470. This small universe had a diameter of 1 billion light-years, not a bit more, not a bit less. When he was blasted out of the primeval universe, a huge hole with a diameter of over 1 billion light-years had naturally appeared in the membrane of the primeval universe. The small universe was rolling and spinning, crushing the surrounding chaotic airflows. What kind of power was this when such a colossus was blasted out? Boom, a violent tremor spread out. Ever since Luo Feng caused the trillions of races in the primeval universe to kneel and worship him, he caught the attention of the various races in the universe C. Ever since Luo Feng brought his many clones back to his god country, the warriors of the various races of the universe C had long been distributed outside the universe membrane of humanity's early-era territory, human territory before huge axes fall. Hundreds of masters of the universe spread out and guarded the area. Hiss! An emerald beast that looked like a lizard appeared in the air. Its green eyes flickered. There's movement! It immediately sensed a powerful fluctuation coming from not far away. He immediately teleported toward his target. This is... After teleporting, he immediately saw the huge mini-universe rolling in the distance. In this vast region, it was not alone. There were dozens of universe lords who had also sensed the disturbance and rushed over. It's a small-scale universe. So big. This place is so close to the membrane of the primordial universe, so it should have just come out. Look, it's still rolling. It must have just been expelled. Such a huge, small-scale universe. How big? Because it was simply too big. Coupled with the turbulent flow of primal chaos, it was impossible to see it clearly. One by one, they teleported around this small universe to determine its size. This newly appeared small universe has a diameter of 1 billion light-years. Wow, 1 billion light-years! The small-sized universes of the other true gods are all around 100 million light-years. The Purple Moon Sacred Grounds universe is 1 billion light-years, while the East Tharch Sacred Grounds universe is 2 billion light-years. However, those two sacred ground progenitors have long transcended reincarnation and reached a higher level. Only small-sized universes can reach that size. This Milky Way Overlord's small universe is actually so big. All of them were shocked. Although it was shocking, it was still acceptable. In their hearts, the Master of the Universe had become the #1 expert of the Cosmic Sea when he was still a Master of the Universe. The moment he broke through, he caused the billions of races in the primeval universe, including the true gods, to kneel in worship. With such might, it was not surprising that a miracle had occurred. The news quickly spread throughout the Cosmic Sea. To become a true god, a small-sized universe with a diameter of 1 billion light-years? Haha, good. God I True Lord and the other 4 True Lord ranks were gathered together, and God I True Lord was overjoyed. He is the strongest true god in history. We have hope for the realm beast calamity. A true god has such a small universe? Even in the ancient legacies of the Gene realm, there are no records of it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Impossible. Purple Moon Ancestor also received the news and was shocked. Primogenitor, I saw it with my own eyes. Other than me, many of the races in the Cosmic Sea know about it as well. There's no way it's fake, one of the divine avatars of the Universe Lords said respectfully. The Purple Moon Ancestor was shocked. This. He had a great encounter and didn't even care about East Deity. Naturally, he knew a lot. Back then, billions of races came to celebrate. Now, the true god's small-sized universe has already reached 1 billion light-years. The Purple Moon Ancestor shook his head. My bloodline once gave birth to several existences that stood at the peak of the ancient civilization. But when they were all true divinities, their miniature universes were 100 million light-years long. In the ancient civilization, everyone was like this, without exception. This Luo Feng, just what has he done? The Purple Moon Ancestor gritted his teeth. No matter how strong you are, it's best if you can kill all the realm beasts. The races of the cosmic sea were celebrating. Even the enemies were happy. Because Luo Feng was their only hope against the realm beasts. Of course, the most excited were the human territories, and Luo Feng's parents, wife, son, and other family members, along with primal chaos and True Yen, who cared about Luo Feng. They were all extremely excited. Even the ancestor couldn't help but be shocked when he heard the news. A true god's small universe can actually reach such a level. Unbelievable, truly unbelievable. No matter how the outside world celebrated, no one could contact Luo Feng. Within the small universe, Luo Feng looked around. The space tunnels had already vanished. The entire small universe was filled with endless and vigorous primal chaos energy. The expansion of the universe has reached its limit. The next step is to fuse with the body, reverting back to the origin and becoming my true body. And the universe origin and structure. Luo Feng held his breath. The next few steps were completed one after another, and of which the universe structure was the most important step. The internal structure of the small universe had to be set before everything was set. The moment the primal chaos energy began to transform into time, space, and the other 10 basic laws, there would be no more chances for the structure. Any absolute warrior would only have one chance in his long life to build the structure. This structure, 1. Determines the future of the small universe. 2. Determines the origin of the small universe. 3. Determines the limit a warrior can reach. This most basic structure was like building the foundation of a skyscraper. If the foundation wasn't done well, naturally the skyscraper wouldn't be built. If the structure wasn't done well, there would be a limit to the evolution of the small universe, like the eternal true God level where one wouldn't be able to break through. No matter how high one's comprehension was, if the small universe didn't evolve, one would never be able to break through. How could one underestimate this step? Luo Feng stood within the endless primal chaos energy. His gaze could easily see every corner of his small universe. Body fusing with the body, reverting back to the origin. Luo Feng shouted. His voice resounded throughout the small universe. Rumble! A strong energy immediately worked on Luo Feng's main body, the Masha clansmen, Golden Horn, Ocean, and the small ocean lake. Immediately, they were all teleported to a different space. This was within the small universe origin. At this time, the universe origin was still chaotic and had yet to form. Only when the structure of the universe had formed would the origin be able to form. Collapse! The few bodies immediately collapsed and all the treasures floated to one side. These many bodies became God energy, and in the center there was a heart. That was the heart of a true God. The heart of a true God was the most important part of a true God's body. His soul was hidden within, and he could communicate with his small universe origin. If the small universe origin stored large amounts of God energy, it could be transmitted directly to the heart of a true God. The moment the heart was broken, the true God would be finished. Luo Feng's small universe origin was 1,000 times stronger than a same-level true God. This heart was also 1,000 times stronger. Return to the origin. With Luo Feng's willpower's voice resounded. Endless God energy began to gather and condense. As it condensed, it became purer and purer. In an instant, it rose by 100 times. At the same time, it began to form flesh, bones, skin, hair, etc. Very quickly, a naked black-haired man appeared within this incomplete universe origin. Only after the small universe is formed can I revert back to the origin. Luo Feng sighed softly. With the God country from before, how could it support my main body? It's a pity that my strength has risen by 100 times. It's all converted from my God energy from before. My God energy is only 1% of what it was before. Luo Feng thought. If he expanded it into an ocean, the diameter of the ocean before would be 12 light years. Now it would only be 2 light years. Of course, as long as he had enough energy, he could still expand it to 12 light years. However, this would depend on Luo Feng's small universe to absorb it. The primal universe wouldn't give him any more energy. It's still alright. After becoming a true god, my soul hid within the heart of a true god. Even though the amount hasn't reached my limit, I can still unleash 100% of my strength. No matter, I've finally become a true god. Luo Feng let out a long sigh. In that moment he was filled with pride. True god. He had waited for this day for a long time. Come. Luo Feng gazed into the distance. Not far away floated Wu Qixin, Wu Shi's wings and all his treasures. Immediately they swiftly flew over. Wu Qixin was like an armor covering his entire body. Wu Shi's wings appeared on his back too. Star Pagoda, Blood Shadow Blade etc. were all kept by Luo Feng with a flip of his hand. Time to begin the most important step. Both the East Break River and the Jin Realm have their own methods of constructing miniature universes. Luo Feng thought. Even the third-generation ancestor and Jin godly emperor's small universe structures have records. However, I don't have to be like them. A long time ago, Luo Feng had once thought of a structure for himself. This was based on the many structures of broken East River and Jin world. Luo Feng finally came up with one. Back then, Luo Feng named it the 9 levels of heaven. However, this time, he had broken through to 100,000 times his life force. During the 1 year that the endless sea of tranquility absorbed the god energy, Luo Feng constantly pondered. Based on his understanding of the life structure diagram, as well as the large amounts of structures he had seen before, he created another set of structures. The moment he thought of this set of structures, Luo Feng felt that it definitely surpassed the 9th level of heaven. This structure was named the beginning of 1 yuan by Luo Feng. Luo Feng stood within the small universe's universe source space. It was chaotic within too. Nothing was set. Rise. With a thought, Luo Feng enveloped the entire universe. Whether it was the source space or the chaos within, they all began to tremble. 100,000 heavens. Luo Feng's willpower enveloped the entire area and began to move. Just like the legends of Earth's creation of heaven and earth. This wasn't just one Pangu opening the skies, but 100,000 Pangus opening the skies at the same time. The chaos energy within the entire universe was being controlled to split and rotate. It gradually began to condense and form. Space after space began to swiftly form. With a thought, 100,000 space began to form. Luo Feng's expression was serious. This beginning of 1 yuan structure was thousands to tens of thousands of times harder than the 9 levels of heaven. Even if he used his own willpower to control them separately, there was still a chance of failure. If he failed, then his structure wouldn't be considered the beginning of 1 yuan, but the 100,000 heavens. It would only be comparable to the structures of the broken East River and the Jin world. Naturally, Luo Feng wasn't satisfied with this. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1471. While Luo Feng was constructing the universe structure, in the vast universe sea, the world beast Mo Luo Sa was swiftly advancing. Damn! Mo Luo Sa's 2 heads were filled with rage and malevolence, knowing that my strength has fallen. All those idiots I looked down on back then, they've all come to deal with me. I don't even have space to survive in the nest. Otherwise, with my strength, climbing back to level 3 wouldn't be hard at all. Rage. Although it had risked its life to devour a realm beast to level up to level 2, the message that the realm beast had sent out before it died had caused Morosha, the realm beast, to become like a mouse that everyone wanted to beat up. When it was at the peak, it naturally wanted to kill those realm beasts. Now that it was weak, those realm beasts naturally wanted to take revenge. I can only return to the universe sea. The world beast Mo Luo Sa shook its head. I can't stay in the nest any longer. Then, before I die, I'll quickly let that Milky Way leader Luo Feng know the consequences of offending me. It didn't have full confidence in taking revenge on Luo Feng. However, it had no choice. The desire to destroy in its bones gave it the courage to be like a moth flying into a flame. Even if it couldn't kill Luo Feng, it would at least viciously disgust him. And finally, it would send all the messages back to the Dusky Land, causing Luo Feng to fall into a true calamity. So, the world beast teleported time and time again. Very quickly, it arrived outside a small universe. Howl, Mo Luo Sa's body once again revolved with a black mist. Beams of light extended outwards, extending towards the small universe. It didn't swallow it either, just maintaining this state. After a while, a ship appeared out of thin air, and a figure flew out from the ship. It was the majestic and burly nine-headed demon lord. The nine-headed demon lord looked at the realm beast Morosha in front of him, and he could not help but feel a trace of regret. He was a true god who kept a low profile and endured patiently. Only after the appearance of the realm of Jin did he gradually reveal his prowess and become one of the Cosmic Sea's 8 heroes. Furthermore, he had already sent his subordinates, the Universe Lords, to investigate the realm beast lair before Hong and the Eye Demon God. Every time he probed, he would definitely die. However, the nine-headed demon master had sent out energy lifeforms. At the very least, their souls would not be destroyed. It was precisely because of the investigation by his subordinates that the nine-headed demon master knew how terrifying the number of realm beasts in the realm beast nest was. Even though the masters of the universe he sent out had only discovered a portion of them, it was already enough to cover the entire sky and earth. This number made him tremble in fear. However, he was still looking forward to it. Although the realm beast was not strong, just a single realm beast was enough to cause all the races in the Cosmic Sea to collapse. Finally, the nine-headed demon master secretly contacted the realm beast, Morosha, and in the end, he sided with the realm beast. Starlord Vast Lightning, Elder God Dragonrock, King Sakya, and the others. The nine-headed demon lord instantly regretted his decision to join the realm beast king. He had actually become an absolute slave who had to obey the realm beast king's orders. In addition, the nine-headed demon lord could vaguely sense that there would be even more trouble ahead. Once the realm beast king was born, those who had joined the realm beast king's side would face a tragic end. Regret. But it was too late for regrets. I originally wanted to rely on the realm beast king to escape this calamity. I'm from the second reincarnation era, and I have the inheritance of the ancient civilization of the Gene world. Before the end of the third reincarnation era, it's entirely possible for me to escape. The nine-headed demon lord thought, but the result of relying on the realm beast is actually like this. Damn the source willpower, why didn't you say so earlier? The nine-headed demon lord was both regretful and furious. It was because of this spy that the realm beast Morosha was able to easily avoid Luo Feng's initial position. Nine heads. Morosha stared at the nine-headed demon lord. Great king. The nine-headed demon lord said respectfully. The moment he joined, he would have to address any realm beast as king. Morosha nodded. Tell me, just what has happened in the Cosmic Sea during this period of time, and how is the Milky Way leader Luo Feng? The nine-headed demon lord said, Great king! The Cosmic Sea races are still relatively peaceful, only the Milky Way leader has already become a true god. He's become a true god. Morosha was shocked. Before, when he was still a universe lord, he was already beaten back from level 3 to level 1. Now he was only level 2, while Luo Feng had become a true god. If they really fought, the result was needless to say, it would be a complete defeat. So fast. Morosha was shocked. Not fast. The nine-headed demon lord shook his head. The Milky Way leader is the strongest warrior in the Cosmic Sea. His talent is exceptional. taking a trillion eras to finally break through. It's very slow. After all, even his disciple has become a true god. There's one more thing I have to tell the king. When the Milky Way leader broke through, once, the nine-headed demon lord told him everything. The trillions of races in the primal universe all knelt and congratulated him. The small universe was 1 billion light-years in diameter. Morosha's expression grew uglier as he listened. The Milky Way leader's small universe has just entered the cosmic sea. The nine-headed demon lord said, he should be constructing the small universe now. Even if the small universe is complete, it will still evolve. All of this requires time. And his small universe is huge. I reckon he'll need more time than normal true gods. I reckon he won't be able to come out within a month or two. The realm beast Morosha was overjoyed. Won't be able to come out? Feeling elated, Morosha immediately had more thoughts. Right after becoming a true god, this Luofeng won't have any more clones. Just his main body. When that time comes, he probably won't even dare to patrol in the cosmic sea. Because he has to protect his small universe and the human race. However, if he takes the risk to patrol, there's a possibility. After all, his great alliance has many true gods. If a group of true gods move together, they can still stop me. Morosha continued to ponder. After which he laughed loudly. No matter what, at least within this 1 or 2 months, that Luofeng won't be able to come out. Ha ha ha! Morosha laughed loudly. Nine-headed, you've done well. Morosha complimented. The nine-headed demon lord lowered his head to show his submission. Morosha laughed loudly and immediately teleported away. The nine-headed demon lord raised his head. His 9 heads' expressions were all ugly. One wrong step led to many wrong steps. There was no turning back. Within Luofeng's own small universe, 100,000 heavens. The entire miniature universe was giving birth to 100,000 planes of space. These 100,000 planes of space varied in size, and their structures were all different. Vaguely, each plane of space was connected to each other. The outermost layer of each plane of space was surrounded by chaotic air currents, like a whirlpool. The 100,000 heavens were all revolving, and the interior was constantly improving. At the same time, within the universe origin laws, 100,000 planets began to revolve. These 100,000 planets corresponded to the 100,000 heavens. It was almost like the structure of the small universe was being miniaturized within the origin laws. Luofeng himself understood that the origin laws were actually guiding everything in the outside world. After a while, the 100,000 heavens have already been completed. Luofeng's eyes gleamed. Let's begin the most important step. Beginning of the first yuan. Luofeng's willpower enveloped the entire small universe. Immediately the 100,000 spaces began to revolve violently. Every single space seemed to be connected to each other. It was impossible to see with the naked eye. However, within the universe origin laws, the 100,000 planets that corresponded to the 100,000 heavens began to emit golden beams of light. They connected to each other and formed an incomparably intricate huge network. It was almost like an extremely complicated Rhino Emperor game. Done. Luofeng's willpower roared. The 100,000 planets within the universe origin laws began to emit a glaring light. The countless golden beams formed an extremely complicated Rhino Emperor game. It constantly emitted energy and formed a ball of nothingness within the core. Rumble, the sky and earth shook. The 100,000 planes of space in the small universe rotated with each other. The vortexes expanded and even collided with each other. The planes of space seemed to be scattered randomly, but when they all rotated, the entire 100,000 planes of space began to rotate. Just like the Earth revolving around the Sun, these 100,000 planes of space also began to revolve around their core. It was too difficult. Just like pulling a mill, the beginning was the hardest. The entire 100,000 spaces revolved around the core and began to revolve. Luo Feng's willpower was about to crumble. Finally, everything began to revolve. As it gradually sped up, gradually, as the spaces clashed with each other, some of the weaker ones began to crack. Purring! One space actually collapsed. Luo Feng was expressionless. He continued to control everything. Done? Luo Feng's willpower roared again. Rumble! The small universe rumbled. Even outside the small universe, one could hear it. Luo Feng's universe origin laws too rumbled. All that could be seen was, in the center of close to 100,000 spaces, a whirlpool appeared. It was almost like a bottomless black hole. At the center of this whirlpool was the universe origin laws. At the same time, close to 100,000 planets within the universe origin laws too had a whirlpool. Done. Luo Feng couldn't help but reveal a look of glee. Everything calmed down. With the whirlpool as the center, close to 100,000 spaces began to revolve. As it revolved, a new space was born. And it continued to be born. In a short while, it returned to 100,000 spaces. Within the universe origin laws, it too returned to 100,000 planet. Luo Feng's face was filled with glee. The formation of one yuan, everything begins with one yuan. It can give birth to all things, endless and endless. The 100,000 skies formed the center space, that was one yuan. With this one yuan, it could fill his small universe with endless possibilities. Even if the 100,000 spaces were to shatter, it could be born again. The beginning of one yuan. Luo Feng looked at his universe origin laws. The 100,000 resplendent planets revolved and revolved in the center space. This center space was the core of the universe origin laws. The origin laws were the beginning of one yuan. In that space, large amounts of God energy began to gush out like a fountain. Outside Luo Feng's small universe, large amounts of chaos energy were madly being swallowed. Hua, endless chaos energy began to revolve around Luo Feng's small universe, forming a huge chaos whirlpool. At every moment, large amounts of chaos energy were being swallowed and converted into God energy. All of the small universes had the ability to convert God energy. However, Luo Feng's structure of the beginning of one yuan allowed this conversion ability to reach an unbelievable level. Tomato only hoped that swallowing space would end at the top of the monthly votes. I hope everyone votes for it. * to be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1472. A silhouette appeared in mid-air. It was Morosa. At this time, Morosa was in his original form. His two ugly heads gazed at the distant silhouette of the small universe. His eyes gleamed with greed. I'm finally here again. As long as I devour one small universe source, I should be able to rise to the pinnacle of level 2. The evil black aura spread out, and rays of zigzagging light rays rapidly permeated hundreds of millions of light years, directly penetrating into the void. Rays of resplendent splendor started to surge into Morosa's body along with the zigzagging light rays. Comfortable. Morosa's two heads lifted up. He was very satisfied. The Zhen demon god was entrenched in a continuous mountain range. His tail wrapped around the foot of the mountain, while his head wrapped around the peak. Suddenly, his eyes opened. They were like two huge burning stars. World Beast. The Zhen demon god revealed a look of fear. The world beast is finally here again. After disappearing for so long, it has appeared again. The Zhen demon god's red eyes were filled with worry. The last time it appeared, it was heavily injured by the Milky Way leader and escaped. This time, it won't be so simple. The Zhen demon god was both afraid and anxious. He had no confidence in dealing with the world beast. Morosa's first target was one of the weakest among the true gods. God I True Lord, Nine-Headed Demon Lord, Primal Chaos City Leader, Nine Nether True Lord. The Jeune demon god began to transmit the news. The world beast has appeared. It's just outside my small universe. It's currently devouring my small universe source. The world beast had appeared again. This news spread like a storm throughout the entire universe sea. Except for King Zhenjia and ancestor god Qiu Yen. Within the virtual universe, a beautiful shrine floated in a solitary space. At the highest point of the shrine were 2 thrones. On both sides were hundreds of thrones. This was the true God's shrine. The entire primal universe was ruled by humans. Especially during the realm beast calamity, a few true gods would occasionally gather here. The 2 thrones at the top were 2 of the 8 heroes. Milky Way leader Luo Feng and Primal Chaos City leader. Even the 9 Nether True Lord had to sit below them. One could see the current status of humans. Whoosh! 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 One figure after another appeared, sitting on the thrones. At the very top, the golden-robed Primal Chaos City leader appeared. He sat down and looked down. Primal Chaos City leader. Real God Jin Jiao from the Starry Sky Beast Alliance said, Demon God Zhen Mo's small-sized universe was devoured by the realm beast again. That realm beast is here again. As true God Jin Jiao's original body was a golden horn beast, he had the best relationship with Luo Feng in the entire Space Beast Alliance. Thus, true God Golden Horn was the main person the Astral Beast Alliance used to communicate with humans. Primal Chaos City leader, the world beast has come again. I'm afraid it isn't simple. Only a Milky Way Lord can deal with a realm beast. Is everything alright with the Milky Way Lord? Some of the true gods of the foreign races below spoke up. The true gods of the human race kept their mouths shut. The city master of Primal Chaos, who was sitting high above, looked down and said coldly, The Milky Way Territorial Lord is at the most crucial moment of becoming a true god. His increase in power concerns the fate of all races in the cosmic sea. Before the Milky Way Lord leaves the small universe, no one is to disturb him. That realm beast? A voice came from below. The Primal Chaos City Master said coldly, As for the realm beast at Demon God Jin's side, let the other true god teams deal with it. Immediately, no one raised any objections. After all, everyone present was from the primal universe. If the realm beast wanted to devour, it would be from the first and second reincarnation eras. The primal universe side naturally wasn't anxious, and Luo Feng's strength would increase to a certain extent. That would affect their fate. They naturally didn't wish for Luo Feng to be disturbed. Outside Luo Feng's small universe, immediately, the primal universe side sent out large amounts of universe lords and many true gods to patrol around the small universe, preventing any first and second reincarnation warriors from attacking the small universe to disturb Luo Feng. Everyone retreat. The Milky Way Territorial Lord's increase in power concerns the fate of all the races in the cosmic sea. No one is to disturb him. Retreat. Before the strength of the primal universe's races, the first and second reincarnation eras naturally didn't dare raise any objections. Days passed. This time, the realm beast continued to devour. It wasn't like before where it would disappear after a day. When Zhen Emotion's small-sized origin of the universe had been devoured by half, a real god team consisting of 12 real gods appeared. As soon as the real god team appeared, Moralsha immediately performed a technique to disintegrate his body and escape. Half a day after escaping, Maruza appeared outside another small universe and began to devour. 1 place, 2 places, 3 places, 6 places. Maruza didn't fight at all. Every time he met a true god team, he would immediately escape. Even though he was only level 2, if he wanted to escape, other than Luo Feng and 9 Nether True Lord, no one else could stop him. Primal Chaos City Leader, this is already the 6th. It's a short month. If we let it go on, our small universe sources will get weaker and weaker. Even if we avoid the realm beast calamity, with how weak our small universe is, we won't be able to reach the void level. Milky Way Leader, everything should be settled. If this goes on, our first and second reincarnation eras won't have any hope. Including God I True Lord, Nine-Headed Demon Lord, True God Ju He and the other tyrants all communicated with the primal Chaos City leader through their communication card. Even though God I True Lord was strong, if the realm beast wanted to escape, no one could stop him. Alright. The primal Chaos City leader communicated coldly. Everyone remember, don't even talk about devouring a small portion. Even if a few small universes are completely devoured or even a few true gods die. Don't disturb Luo Feng. Otherwise, you'll be making humanity your enemy. The moment those words were spoken, all of a sudden, the real gods from the first and second reincarnation eras were speechless. Luo Feng was completely unaware of the chaos in the universe ocean. Within the small universe, Luo Feng was undergoing the primal chaos evolution. The majestic laws of primal chaos were slowly evolving, turning into the 10 fundamental laws of time, space, metal, wood, water, fire, earth, lightning, light, and wind. In the process of evolving, there would also be the laws of metal, space, time, and wind. Some of these laws would immediately merge with the laws of the origin of the universe the moment they appeared. The small universe origin laws used the 10 laws as its foundation. It hid all the complex laws. The only thing missing was the primal chaos laws. Because all of this was derived from the highest primal chaos laws. The primal chaos evolution, I can only see it when I become a true god. There won't be another chance like this in the future. How could Luo Feng be careless? In the future, the evolution of the small universe would only be one jump after another. He wouldn't be able to see the primal chaos laws. Controlling the primal chaos, in the ancient civilization, that was enough to be called a saint. Hua, the laws were constantly changing. From the pure primal chaos laws to the small universe origin laws that were mixed with all other laws except the primal chaos laws, this transformation process was within Luo Feng's universe. Luo Feng naturally felt it intensely. He was completely immersed within, and the god energy clone beside the black engraved stone pillar in the distant universe ship was also pondering and comprehending under the time acceleration of over 10 million times. Luo Feng's comprehension was swiftly rising. It was rising at a shocking speed. From a universe lord to a true god, the fastest time to raise one's level was when one comprehended the primal chaos evolution. Even the comprehension of many true gods in 1 or 2 reincarnation eras couldn't compare to the short period of primal chaos evolution. Before becoming a true god, they were probably only at the pinnacle of the 5th level universe lord. However, after becoming a true god, their techniques quickly reached the pinnacle of level 6, 7 and even 8. Before the Gene world appeared, without the ancient civilization's inheritance, even back then huge Axe and God I True Lord, with their powerful treasures, could only explode with pinnacle level 9 battle strength. This meant that back then, the techniques they created were only at the pinnacle of level 8. This was already the pinnacle of the true gods in the universe. See, back then, weaker ones could only create level 7 technique. And Luo Feng? He was just a universe lord. Yet he was able to create 2 level 8 techniques. Just how strong was his accumulation? At this time it was like an incomparably dry desert, madly absorbing water. During the primal chaos evolution process, all of his comprehension swiftly transformed. His god energy swiftly comprehended and memorized everything. His level continued to rise. Pinnacle of level 8, level 9, pinnacle of level 9. Luo Feng didn't even intentionally study the technique. However, with his current level, he could easily create level 10 technique. However, the primal chaos evolution only had one chance. If he lost it, he would never have another. Phew. After a while, Luo Feng let out a long sigh. In his eyes, one seemed to have an endless whirlpool swallowing and destroying, the other had a glaring gold light that seemed to split the land and skies. He closed his eyes and opened them again. The entire scene vanished. The primal chaos evolution is indeed mysterious. Luo Feng thought, it's a pity there's only one chance. Everything has been set. The evolution is complete. The origin laws of my universe are complete too. Luo Feng took a step and left his universe origin laws, arriving in the vast small universe. The origin laws were set. The endless chaos energy within the small universe began to transform, becoming gold, wood, water, fire, earth, wind, thunder, light, time, space, and many other energies. It would also begin to give birth to land, rivers, everything else. This was the initial stage of the entire small universe's evolution. It was considered the initial stage. Even the evolution of the primal universe was separated into birth, beginning, prosperity, decline, destruction, etc. The initial stage required billions of eras as the unit of measurement. Just like the primal universe of the ancestor, even when he provoked the laws of the primal universe, it still hadn't completed its evolution. One could see just how long the initial stage of the universe evolution was. The origin laws are complete, the evolution after this will naturally happen. Luo Feng said, it's time to return. Taking a step, Luo Feng left his small universe. Even though Tomato was asking for votes this month, he was unable to explode. In this month of the ending, Tomato will be extremely serious in every chapter. He will be writing seriously, giving a happy ending to Swallowing Space. The moment he explodes, it will disrupt Tomato's rhythm. Writing a happy ending that Tomato is satisfied with is the most important. I hope everyone can understand. This month, I will be updating every day until the ending. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1473. The moment he left the small universe, Luo Feng was shocked. Powerful ripples emanated. Obviously there were many strong warriors gathered outside the small universe. There were strong and weak ripples. There should be true gods and universe lords. This ripple could be emitted. Even the first and second reincarnation warriors could feel it, not daring to disturb Luo Feng. Luo Feng's gaze pierced through space and saw the distant true god Long Xing. My primeval universe races actually have so many warriors gathered outside my small universe? Luo Feng was curious, immediately emitting his own energy ripples. Immediately, in the vast space, the strongest ripple appeared. Within it was an energy everyone was familiar with. It was Luo Feng's energy. Milky Way Leader. It's the ripple of Milky Way Leader. Immediately many warriors swiftly teleported over. Silhouettes appeared and looked at the origin of the ripple. It was a white-robed human man. Greetings, Milky Way Leader. Congratulations, Milky Way Leader, on becoming a true god. Congratulations, Milky Way. All sorts of voices resounded. There were foreign races that congratulated him. There were also extremely excited humans. Luo Feng too retracted his ripples. The moment he did so, he became like a normal person. Luo Feng's expression changed slightly. Retract my energy? When he was retracting his ripples earlier, Luo Feng realized that he could continue to retract them. Even his life energy was completely retracted. No warrior could sense it. One had to know that life energy couldn't be retracted. The only way to identify a warrior was to look at his life energy. He could actually retract it? Seems like my body still has more potential to be excavated. Luo Feng thought, right? There are 3 levels in the God energy path. Reaching 30,000 makes my body 10 times bigger, 60,000 makes it 1,000 times bigger. At 90,000, I can have unlimited God body and be as big as I want. And I'm 100,000. I should have some ability to. I'll have to carefully study it later. Luo Feng thought. He had long guessed that a life form 100,000 times that could attract trillions of races to congratulate him wouldn't be simple. It was just that he was focused on the small universe birth, the universe structure and the primal chaos evolution. He didn't have the time to study his own body. More and more warriors gathered in space, of which there were over 10 true gods and hundreds of universe lords. Almost all of them were from the primeval universe. There were also some masters of the universe sent by the holy-eyed race and other races to help. Teacher. A red-haired youth immediately flew over. He was the strongest disciple under Luo Feng, real god Huaqiong. Fire Sky. Luo Feng nodded. Another 2 figures flew over from afar. They were real god Long Xing and real god Su Jin. Long Xing, void gold. Luo Feng laughed too. What's going on? Why are there so many warriors from different races gathered outside my small universe? I thought you were going to fight the realm beast together. Real god Long Xing had a relaxed expression. Haha, we are here because of the realm beast. Realm beast? Luo Feng's expression changed. The realm beast has appeared again. True god Void Gold also said, not long ago, the realm beasts appeared once again. The first and second reincarnation eras were extremely anxious. We were worried that they would disturb you by attacking your small-sized cosmos. That's why we've been circling around the perimeter to prevent any outsiders from disturbing you. Luo Feng nodded as he listened. Within the small universe, he was completely focused on constructing the universe, comprehending the primal chaos. Naturally, no one could find him. If anyone were to attack his small universe, it would affect him to a certain extent. How many realm beasts have appeared? Luo Feng asked. This was the important matter. The situation is still alright, only one. True God Void Gold said. Long Xing also said, He, let's return first. Luo Feng nodded, after which his gaze swept past the large group of warriors from different races. He immediately said, Thank you all for protecting me. I already know about the realm beast. I'll definitely do my best. It's my duty. We can't deal with the realm beast, but protecting it is a small matter. How can we tolerate the other reincarnation eras disturbing the Milky Way leader's primal chaos evolution? Disturbing the Milky Way leader means becoming our enemy. The warriors from the different races all said. After Luo Feng thanked them, he immediately returned to the primal universe with Long Xing, Void Gold and Huaqiong. The moment he returned to the primal universe, Luo Feng easily connected to the virtual universe. To celebrate Luo Feng becoming a true god, humanity had long prepared a huge celebration. It was only because of the realm beasts outside that they kept it simple. Within the true god shrine, a large number of beautiful servants of various races walked around with plates in their hands. Many true gods sat on their thrones, and below them gathered a large number of lords of the universe. There were more than 2,000 lords of the universe, which showed how powerful the primeval universe was. Even the Bug Clan and Demon Clan had warriors to congratulate them. There was no eternal hatred between races. In the past, they fought so intensely because they were of similar strength. Now that humanity was so strong, the Demon Clan and the other races had no more thoughts of fighting. The realm beast matter, is it not urgent? Luo Feng asked quietly to the Primal Chaos City leader who was sitting beside him. No rush. The Primal Chaos City leader said. This time the realm beast appeared consecutively 9 times before vanishing without a trace. It's been half a month since it's appeared. According to my estimation, this realm beast should have swallowed quite a bit of the energy and started absorbing it. Luo Feng nodded. Yes. The realm beast from before was like that. After swallowing once, it took a long time to absorb it. According to my calculations, it'll take a long time to absorb it, at least a year. The Primal Chaos City leader said. Naturally, there's no rush, however, with the threat of the realm beast. Your true god celebration will be simple. Becoming a true god was a huge matter for the race. Without the threat of the realm beast, the celebration would last for a year. However, it had only been a day. Also, this realm beast's swallowing speed isn't as fast as the last time. The Primal Chaos City leader explained. It's only half the speed of the last one. Luo Feng nodded. From the speed of swallowing, one could see the realm beast's strength. The one that appeared this time was weaker than the last one. However, it could be that the realm beast is purposely showing weakness. The primal Chaos City leader said, "It could even be a trap for you. You cannot be careless." Understood. Luo Feng nodded. After the celebration, Luo Feng left the primal universe and entered the vast universe ocean to begin his hunt. The realm beast hasn't appeared for a long time. It should be absorbing the energy it swallowed before. In the primal chaos space, a ship floated unmoving. Within it was Luo Feng. It'll probably last for a long time. Before that, I'll first carefully investigate and see what other abilities my body has. Luo Feng began to carefully study. After becoming a true god, he finally had some free time. Only then did he have time to excavate his potential. Of course, Luo Feng's consciousness was split into two. Only a portion of it was excavating his body's potential. Most of it was on the god body within the black engraved stone pillar. Under the 10 million times time acceleration, he carefully absorbed and digested the primal chaos evolution comprehension from before, doing his best to raise his own strength in preparation for the upcoming battle. Luo Feng wasn't worried at all about the upcoming battle. Because of the battle with Maluo Sa before, especially the information Maluo Sa leaked, along with the information the Origin Willpower leaked, Luo Feng had an accurate deduction. Firstly, the Origin Willpower said that he had to kill all the realm beasts before the end of this reincarnation era. Obviously, it would only happen when the realm beast emperor is born. Right now, it should still be early. Secondly, back when Maluo Sa was killed so badly by Luo Feng, he said that after stepping into level 3, only Bei Di could injure him badly. Meaning, level 3 should be considered the pinnacle of the realm beast nest. Right now, I can kill a level 3 with a flip of my hand. Luo Feng thought. Time passed month after month. That realm beast never appeared again. This made the various races of the cosmic sea anxious. In the silent primal chaos void, a black silhouette was curled up in the void. Its aura was gradually getting stronger. Finally, it straightened its body and opened its eyes. Finally, I've absorbed it. Maluo Sa's 2 eyes were gleaming fiercely. I've reached the pinnacle of level 2. After such a long time, the Milky Way leader should have appeared. Maluo Sa's eyes were filled with madness. He knew that even if he recovered to the pinnacle of level 3 or reached Beidi's level, he still wouldn't be Luo Feng's match. Stepping into the true god level was a huge leap in power. Unless a huge number of realm beasts moved together, using quantity to make up for quality, a combined attack from countless realm beasts could even kill a void true god. However, the realm beasts were already killing each other and hated each other. To make the realm beasts work together? How was that possible? They were born with the same fate, to devour each other until the last king. This was their fate. I'm coming. Maluo Sa immediately teleported and disappeared. Outside the demon god universe, Luo Feng's ship floated there. No one knew where Luo Feng was guarding. This was because he had long known that there were spies among the various races of the cosmic sea that had yet to be discovered. Naturally, Luo Feng would not reveal his whereabouts. Even the human true gods did not know. Outside of the rampaging demon god, Luo Feng had guarded it more than once. Hence, he came here again. My body actually has such power. After carefully excavating his potential, Luo Feng was shocked. The power contained in a body that was 100,000 times stronger than normal was simply incredible. If it was 30,000 times, 60,000 times, 90,000 times, it was mainly in terms of divine power reserves. That 100,000 times had already transcended and reached another level. In terms of divine power reserves, he had already reached the peak after obtaining the unlimited divine body and size manipulation ability. and now that Luo Feng had reached the legendary 100,000 times, he had even more power. It could be called formless and formless. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1474. Change. Luo Feng's blood, flesh, skin, tendons and bones started to change. Very quickly, his skin became jet black and his body was surrounded by a black mist. At the same time, his head became two heads, each with a blood-red eye. It emitted an evil energy. It was a world beast. The energy it emitted was definitely a world beast's energy. As Luo Feng's life structure had reached the legendary 100,000 times level, it was a true perfection. Moreover, it had gathered the common points of the realm beast and the master of the universe real god, void real god, which were two different types of life forms. The two different factions were like two sides of the same coin. One positive and one negative, they countered each other. Luo Feng had reached the pinnacle, merging the positive and negative sides, reaching perfection. Hence he could release his god energy normally. However, the moment he intentionally used it, his entire body's energy could easily transform into the complete opposite energy, the world beast's energy. Of course he could only do this. Like the rainbow pathway, split body escape etc., even the final realm beast emperor's endless army, Luo Feng didn't have a single one. He could only change his energy. Like his soul etc., he couldn't change it. Actually, with the birth of 1 billion world beasts, even though their life forms were high, they still hadn't reached the 100,000 times perfection level. Only the final emperor was truly perfect. Hence, even though the world beasts seemed to be able to imitate energy, in truth they were unable to completely transform their energy into god energy. If they could completely transform, they wouldn't have to fear the 9 nether true lords' battle of attrition. Even though their life forms were lower than Luo Feng's, the world beasts were after all born to destroy. From level 1, 2, 3, 4 as they continued to evolve, they would also get stronger. Especially the final emperor, he had the qualifications to stand on equal footing with the primal universe. This was something Luo Feng couldn't even hope to achieve. After all, Luo Feng was only a life form born from the primal universe. Even at his limit, he couldn't compare to the world beasts. The world beasts, however, were born from the universe ocean. They were the exact opposite of the primal universe. Transforming energy into the complete opposite of the world beast's energy was just one of his abilities. Formless and formless. This also meant Luo Feng could perfectly hide his life energy, not leaking a single bit. Because of the life structure's perfection, he couldn't leak a single bit. At the same time, he could easily change his energy, imitating any energy. Change. Luo Feng immediately changed. He turned into the realm beast, Morosha, and emitted the same aura as Morosha. Change. Luo Feng became the primal Chaos City leader, emitting the primal Chaos City leader's life energy. Change. Luo Feng once again became the 9 nether true lord. Change. Luo Feng became the blood orchid primogenitor. Change. Luo Feng transformed into a tomb boat. Even the energy of the treasure was completely mimicked. Change. Luo Feng became a floating rock in space, his energy too. The perfect life structure diagram could be changed at will. It could transform into flesh, metal, plants, and other things. It could even simulate auras, meaning Luo Feng could transform into any warrior or object. Of course, there were some special ones, like the powerful promotion god emperor. Just the willpower of the promotion god emperor was something Luo Feng couldn't change, no matter what. However, as long as it didn't exceed Luo Feng's tolerance, he could change anything. How heaven-defying! It's much more powerful than the unlimited god body from before. After Luo Feng understood, he too was shocked. God body level 3, unlimited god body, size as one wished. However, compared to the formless and formless obtained after the completion, it was still lacking. Of course, such a heaven-defying ability wasn't invincible, nobody could do anything about it. The moment I'm locked on, it's useless, Luo Feng thought. For example, if he was trapped in a thought space, the moment he was locked on, no matter what Luo Feng did, the enemy would be able to see him changing. Naturally he wouldn't be able to escape. No matter how powerful an ability was, there would always be a weakness. Even the realm beast had a weakness. Luo Feng's ability naturally had a weakness too. While Luo Feng was rejoicing after discovering the 100,000 times life form, the realm beast Morosha once again met the 9-headed demon emperor. This is what happened during the time the great emperor disappeared. The 9-headed demon emperor said respectfully. You didn't miss anything? Morosha's 2 eyes stared at the 9-headed demon emperor. No. The 9-headed demon emperor shook his head. Morosha waved his claws. You may leave. The 9-headed demon emperor bowed, and with a teleportation he disappeared. His heart was filled with humiliation and unwillingness. Morosha stood in the middle of the chaotic energy flow. The surrounding energy flowed around him, yet he didn't move at all. His eyes were filled with rage, unwillingness and madness. Milky Way leader, Morosha's 2 eyes were filled with madness. I can't kill you, there's no hope. But I'll definitely make you regret it. Luo Feng, who had become a true god, was like a huge being, causing Morosha to feel despair. If it could become a world beast king, naturally it had the confidence to kill Luo Feng. However, it would be beaten up by everyone in the lair. It would be the weakling that got trampled on. Even in the lair, it would be killed very quickly. It might as well go crazy for one last time. Maybe he could succeed in his revenge. No matter if I succeed this time or not, before this, I will transmit all your information to Bei Di and the others. Ha ha ha, Morosha immediately began to transmit the information. All the realm beasts had telepathy and could transmit information to each other. This was innate. Bei Di and all the other idiots. I am the great Morosha. Don't you all want to kill me? But none of you have the right to kill me. I, Morosha, will soon die. The one who kills me will be the strongest warrior in the universe C, the human Milky Way leader Luo Feng. Remember this name. Milky Way leader Luo Feng. His strength is beyond the imagination of you fools. When he was a universe lord, he could already suppress all the other true gods in the universe C. He was the strongest in the universe C. Against me, he had the absolute advantage. I had no way to resist and could only escape. However, he still easily pushed me back from level 3 to level 1. Bei Di, even you are not his match. And now, he has already broken through to true God. His strength has become even stronger. I can't even imagine how strong he is now. One-on-one, Bei Di, even if you are at the pinnacle of level 4, you will still die if you meet him. Hence, to kill him, I need all of you idiots to attack together, or a level 5 realm beast, or even higher beings. You all seize the time to kill and give birth to the final emperor. Remember, be careful of the Milky Way leader. Don't let our great realm beast race be destroyed by his hands. Bei Di, haha, in the end, you still didn't manage to kill me. The message was sent out. Morosa's gaze became even more frenzied and passionate. He had long thrown fear and death aside. Since he sent the message back to the realm beast lair, then the realm beast lair would definitely react strongly. Ha ha. Milky Way leader, this is just my first gift to you. There's still the second gift. The frenzied Morosa immediately teleported and disappeared. Deep within the core area of the Qing Feng world, within the dusky area, was the realm beast lair. When Morosa's message was received by every single realm beast, they were all shocked. They didn't expect that the universe sea life forms they treated as food would actually give birth to such a terrifying being. So the one that pushed Morosa back to level 1 was actually a universe lord. Milky Way leader? Now he's a true god. Is he really stronger than Beidi? The realm beasts scattered throughout the lair immediately remembered this name. Milky Way leader Luophone. Selah. Beidi, the ferocious realm beast, who was devouring the blood and flesh, suddenly raised both of his heads. Black blood was still dripping down from the corner of his mouth. The dying realm beast yelled crazily with a hoarse voice, "Beidi, did you hear that? If you meet that Milky Way leader, you'll die too. Haha, you'll die too, you'll die. Gotcha!" Beidi furiously opened his mouth, and immediately bit off half of the dying realm beast's head and swallowed it. His eyes were filled with coldness. Milky Way leader Luophone? Beidi muttered to himself. Outside the primal universe, there were many little universes. These little universes floated around. As they were all the true gods of the primal universe, they were all very close to the primal universe. These little universes were also very safe, as they were all connected to the primal universe through the universe passages. The moment they were eaten by the realm beasts, the true gods within the primal universe could swiftly travel through the passages and deal with them. Ever since Morosa appeared, he had never dealt with a true god universe of the primal universe. Hua! The chaotic energy flow shook. A black and ugly silhouette appeared in the void. Morosa was staring at the small universe in the distance. He muttered softly, "This is the small universe of the progenitor, the greatest leader of the human race in the earliest days? It seems to be called the primal universe. As the ancestor was completely suppressed, he couldn't even split his attention to control his own little universe. As a result, he couldn't activate the evolution of the little universe and keep it in its primal state. Without the ancestor's control? That means his little universe's origin doesn't have his own willpower supporting it." Morosa looked forward to it. This way, swallowing his little universe will be the easiest and fastest way. Swallowing the origin of the little universe. First, it depended on the level of the little universe. The higher the level, the stronger the resistance. Second, it depended on whether there was a true god's willpower supporting it. Just like when Morosa swallowed the Purple Moon's Sacred Lands universe. At first, the swallowing speed wasn't bad. However, after the Purple Moon ancestor's willpower supporting the origin, it instantly increased the resistance of the Sacred Lands universe. This caused Morosa's swallowing speed to plummet. Swallowing the ancestor's little universe should be at least 10 times faster than swallowing the other true god's little universes. Morosa thought. Let's begin. I wonder if Luophone will go crazy after swallowing the earliest and greatest leader of the human race. Will humanity go crazy? Morosa looked forward to it. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1475. Within the virtual universe, primal chaos and darkness were walking along a pathway at the peak of Thunder Island, chatting as they walked. Suddenly a silhouette appeared before them. Teacher! The primal chaos city leader and darkness god revealed looks of glee, shouting respectfully. It was very rare to see the ancestor even once. The white-robed ancestor said anxiously, "Hurry and head to the primal universe. My small universe energies are being devoured by the world beast. I'm being suppressed. I have no way of using my energies to resist the devouring. I estimate if I'm devoured for an hour, I'll lose 80% of my energies. I'll have no chance of ever reaching the void level again." What? Primal chaos and darkness were shocked. "Yes, teacher, we'll leave immediately." Primal chaos and darkness were frantic. The ancestor was a being that rose when humanity was weak. Back then he was the strongest warrior of the universe. See, even when he was suppressed, he still unleashed the virtual universe to benefit humanity. He even led a group of warriors, like Huge Axe, Primal Chaos, Darkness and Ice Peak. They were all led by him. Without him, there wouldn't be Primal Chaos, Huge Axe and Darkness. people like Luo Feng naturally wouldn't have had their current accomplishments. His contributions to humanity, his position was very high, one could imagine. Everyone depart, immediately head to the primal universe, immediately head to the primal universe. The primal Chaos City leader immediately gave the order through the virtual universe. The primal universe energies don't have the ancestors' willpower to support them, their resistance is extremely weak, they're currently being devoured by the world beast, quickly depart, quickly depart. The order was passed down. Devouring the ancestors' primal universe? Damn the world beast, they actually dare to do that. Damn it. Humanity's true gods immediately passed through the universe pathway, using their fastest speed to head towards the primal universe. Luo Feng. Luo Feng, who was guarding outside the small demon god universe, immediately took out his communication card. Teacher. Luo Feng replied. Quickly return, quickly return. The primal Chaos City leader communicated anxiously. The world beast is currently devouring the ancestors' primal universe. He's being suppressed. He can't control the primal universe energies. The devouring speed is extremely fast. In an hour, 80% of the primal universe energies will be lost. What? Luo Feng was shocked. Even if a normal small universe was devoured, with the realm beast's slower speed by 50%, it would still be able to last about 10 days. The primal universe's resistance was actually this weak? It would lose 80% in an hour? Luo Feng didn't know. The support of a true god's will was very important. Back then, Purple Moon had relied on the support of her will to reduce the speed at which her origin was lost to 1%. I'll be there immediately, Luo Feng said. Right now let the other true gods try their best to stop that world beast. Whoosh. Luo Feng immediately kept the star pagoda and began his long-distance teleportation. The distance that a master of the universe and a true god could teleport was different. Therefore, a true god's speed was faster. Why were true gods able to teleport even further? This was because the heart of a true god could borrow the power of the origin to resist the influence of the heart of a true god, allowing it to sense further away. For example, the teleportation distance of a void real god was even greater than that of a real god. Luo Feng's small universe was 1,000 times the size of a normal true god's small universe. In terms of size, it wasn't much different from the Purple Moon Sacred Lands universe. In particular, under the structure of the beginning of 1 Yuan 1, its origin was extremely strong and its teleportation distance had reached the level of a void real god. Shwa, shwa, shwa. Luo Feng teleported an extremely long distance. If I were still the Lord of the Universe, it would take me 5 days to rush back from Rampage Devil God's place. Now it would take a little more than an hour. Luo Feng was extremely anxious. Rampage Devil God was from the second reincarnation era. His small universe wasn't too far from the primal universe. It was much closer than God, I True Lord, and the others. However, it would still take more than an hour. If it was just Luo Feng alone, he wouldn't be able to save the ancestors' small universe in time. When Luo Feng was rushing back as fast as he could, in the void that was quite close to the primeval universe, Morasa was facing the small universe in the distance. It was emitting twisted beams of light that seeped into the void and was madly devouring the origin energy. It's really fast. Without the support of willpower, this devouring speed is too satisfying. To be able to have such delicacies before death, ha ha. Morasa was doing its best to devour. Rumble. The surrounding space suddenly froze. It's here? Morasa was shocked. Immediately, his body split into 99 doppelgangers and flew off in different directions. A group of majestic figures appeared in the distance. World Beast, where do you think you're going? An angry roar resounded. Freeze! The primal Chaos City leader, who was covered in golden light, pointed angrily at the World Beast. In his palm floated a peculiar tag. The tag emitted an endless green light that immediately enveloped a few light years. A powerful binding force immediately acted on the 99 clones, causing them to accelerate slower and slower. Kill it immediately! True God Pung Gong roared angrily, Lock. Hua, hua, hua. With him as the center, it immediately released millions of waves. The endless waves madly extended outwards, forming a vast ocean. In an instant, 32 of the 99 doppelgangers were enveloped in the sea. The clones all tried their best to attack, but they couldn't escape from the ocean. You dare hurt teacher! The dark true god raised his head and roared. Simultaneously, the black cape behind him expanded and became endless darkness. It was like a dark universe that enveloped the 29 clones. You dare hurt teacher! Damn it! Die! Over 30 real gods unleashed all sorts of technique. In an instant, the sky was dark and the ground was dark. Some used telekinesis weapons to bind, such as darkness, Pung Gong, and some used divine power to sweep. Those who were weaker were Huiqiong and the other real gods. Even the mutated real gods from Hong Alliance gave their all. They didn't dare to slack off when it came to saving the oldest human leader. Condense. The escaping world beast's other 98 clones instantly dispersed. Only one clone was left and it transformed back into its original body. Just this technique alone made darkness and Pung Gong's efforts useless. Split. The world beast split into 99 clones again and escaped. It tried its best to escape, its speed was fast, but the binding techniques couldn't be stacked. For example, it could only unleash one domain-type binding treasure. It couldn't stack multiple treasures at the same time. The world beast was extremely cunning and fast when it escaped. In the end, it still managed to escape from the human real god army. Too vicious, all of them seemed to have gone mad. Morosa felt a lingering fear in the void. It's only been a short while, but my strength has been reduced by 1/3 after that all-encompassing god power. Fortunately, I escaped from the beginning. If I hesitated and got entangled with them, I wouldn't even have the chance to escape. However, it won't be so easy for me to give up. The more nervous you are, the happier I am. I will die happily too. Morasa's eyes were filled with madness. So, he once again teleported towards the primal universe. In the void outside the primal universe, the primal Chaos City Master and a large number of true gods were furious. The City Master immediately ordered, "We will temporarily stay in the primal universe. After all, the primal universe is the weakest. It won't be too late for us to act when our other small universes are swallowed." Okay. We will listen to the City Master. Hong Alliance mutated true gods agreed readily. The City Master nodded and his expression changed. Although they were here, they still had god power clones in the primal universe. Naturally, they could easily connect to the virtual universe. Not good, the world beast swallowed the primal universe again. Swallowed again? He still dares to come? Everyone was shocked. At the same time, they received the approximate coordinates from the ancestors. Go over. Instantly, they all teleported over. One had to know that a small universe had a diameter of 100 million light-years. Moreover, the world beast could usually swallow it from a few 100 million light-years away. Hence, the world beast could easily choose a location around the small universe, a few 100 million light-years distance. Even if the City Master and the others teleported over, they would still need a while. The world beast would only swallow for 10 seconds at a location before immediately teleporting to another location further away and swallow for another 10 seconds. Then, it teleported and escaped. This caused the City Master and the other true gods to be in a sorry state. Immediately split up. Let's split into 10 teams. The City Master immediately ordered. This world beast's strength is obviously weaker than the previous one. If we split up into 10 teams, although we can't kill it, we can chase it away. Yes. Yes. Immediately, the teams split up and circled around the primal universe. That way, the moment they discovered the world beast, the closest team would be able to arrive in a few seconds and force the world beast to escape. But because they split up into 10 teams, it meant that each team had no chance of heavily injuring the world beast. Madness. The world beast Mo Luo Sa was in a state of absolute madness. It definitely wouldn't tangle with any of the true gods. The moment it encountered one, it would immediately escape and return to continue eating. Anyway, it had its eyes on the primal universe. Even though it could only swallow for 1 or 2 seconds at a time, it was still determined to destroy the primal universe with all its might. "Teacher, where's the world beast?" A message was transmitted over. "Luo Feng, you're finally here. It's currently at." The primal Chaos City Master was overjoyed, immediately transmitting the message. Even though he was one of the 8 heroes, defeating the world beast was easy, killing it was too difficult. In space, a white-robed Luo Feng stepped through space and arrived. After confirming the coordinates, he immediately turned and his eyes gleamed coldly. "So it's there." So, Luo Feng took a step and teleported over. His teleportation distance was much further than the other true gods. Even though the world beast could teleport further than the other true gods, it was still weaker than Luo Feng. Ha ha ha! The realm beast Melosa was incomparably crazy. Suddenly it was startled. It saw a white-robed figure walking over from the void that was filled with primal chaos airflow. That ice-cold expression, that 5 pairs of resplendent wings that were emitting a dazzling light, caused its expression to change greatly. "You're finally here," Mo Luo Sa said hoarsely. "Come in." Luo Feng raised his hand coldly and a pagoda flew out from his palm. It was the Star Pagoda. The Star Pagoda immediately flew high into the sky. Simultaneously, the entire pagoda emitted a 10,000 kilometers light. At the bottom of the pagoda, an endless black whirlpool appeared. The black whirlpool covered a few light years of area. It immediately engulfed the distant world beast Mo Luo Sa. It made Mo Luo Sa feel incomparably weak and defenseless. It was immediately sucked into the endless darkness at the bottom of the pagoda. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1476. Luo Feng is here. The Milky Way leader is dealing with the world beast. Teacher is here. The group of true gods scattered in the outer area of the primal universe knew that Luo Feng had arrived. They didn't need to spread out and protect anymore. They all rushed towards where the world beast was. Silhouettes after silhouettes teleported and arrived at the outer area of the frozen space. After all, the space around the battlefield was completely sealed. No one could teleport in. Look, the primal Chaos City leader, Darkness True God and the others all looked from afar. The huge Star Pagoda emitted an endless amount of light, almost like a lighthouse in the night. Its base emitted a power that enveloped a few light years, forming an endless dark whirlpool. The endless dark whirlpool swiftly shrunk, and the world beast Mo Luo Sa was constantly being sucked into the depths of the whirlpool. Impossible. Mo Luo Sa madly struggled. The dark whirlpool's power was too strong. Mo Luo Sa's entire body couldn't resist it. Naturally, he didn't dare disintegrate his body. Break. It roared, its entire body emitting a blood light. Its struggling power increased greatly, trying its best to escape from the dark whirlpool. However, even with all its might unleashing the bloodlight, it still couldn't escape. How can this be? Last time, even this Star Pagoda and the space restraints together couldn't trap me. Mo Luo Sa couldn't believe it. Even though my power has regressed a little, a mere Star Pagoda can catch me? No matter how unwilling, no matter how much he refused to believe, he still couldn't resist. So, the ferocious and ugly world beast Mo Luo Sa was immediately sucked into the abyss of the Star Pagoda. Everything returned to normal, the dark whirlpool vanished too, the glaring Star Pagoda returned to Luo Feng's palm. Watching this scene from afar, the primal Chaos City leader, Darkness True God, Pring Gong, Huaqiong and the others were all stunned. They were very clear on how difficult it was to deal with the world beast before, especially the moment it unleashed that blood light technique. Even the primal Chaos City leader and the others couldn't trap it. Powerful. Easily suppressed. The Milky Way leader is much stronger than before. He's definitely the strongest true god in history. All the true gods had many thoughts. What they didn't know, right now, the strongest in the cosmic sea, like the god I True Lord, were only at the pinnacle of level 9 technique. With the help of a supreme treasure, he could release a top-notch 10th grade secret technique. And while Luo Feng was comprehending the primal chaos derivation, he could easily create a level 10 pinnacle technique. During the time he spent hunting the world beasts, other than digging out his body's potential, he had also digested his comprehension during that time, allowing his strength to temporarily reach a new peak. This star pagoda that Teacher Mountain Passenger gave me is also amazing. Luo Feng looked at the star pagoda in his hand and was shocked. The value of the star tower was probably above that of Wu Qixin. It was just that he had never understood the preciousness of the star tower. Luo Feng, Milky Way. Teacher. The primal Chaos City leader laughed. Haha, breaking through to True God, looks like your strength has risen by a lot. No matter what I did, I was unable to capture or kill this world beast. But in Luo Feng's hands, you easily captured it alive. Realm beasts are hard to deal with. Defeating them is easy, killing them is hard. Luo Feng said. Capturing it alive is even harder. The dark true god added. Many of the true gods chatted amongst themselves. Immediately there was laughter. Obviously capturing the world beast made everyone's mood extremely good. From this, they could see how terrifying Luo Feng was after he became a true god. After all, with this attack, Luo Feng had only revealed the tip of the iceberg. Let's go, let's return. The primal chaos true god said. You all leave first. I'll trap this realm beast in the star pagoda. Luo Feng said, I'll go ask around and see if there's any information. The matter with the realm beast is important. The other true gods nodded. The human true gods all left first. Luo Feng sat in the star pagoda and returned to his own small universe. After all, within his own small universe, he could borrow the energy sources to unleash his strongest power. Within the tower, within a suppressed space, the malevolent and ugly realm beast Morosa stood on the ground. A formless powerful pressure enveloped it. However, it was very calm, waiting silently. Realm beast. A white-robed silhouette appeared, stepping in space and landing on the ground. Milky Way leader. Morosa stared hard at Luo Feng, saying hoarsely, Luo Feng. Realm beast you. Luo Feng opened his mouth. Call me Morosa. Morosa raised his two heads. You have the right to call me by my name. Luo Feng smiled. All right, Morosa. Morosa nodded. In the entire universe see, only you have my respect. Your current power is indeed terrifying. Even though I'm still level 3. I still can't escape from your star pagoda's devouring. Luo Feng frowned. Star pagoda? Right, there were true gods that relied on Morosa, so it wasn't strange that Morosa knew about the star pagoda. It's a pity you returned too quickly. Morosa shook his head. I estimated that you should be in the second or first cycle, waiting in space outside some true god's small universe. To rush back, it should take a few days. I risked my life to devour the primal universe origin energy. Without the ancestors' support, spending a few days, even with your human race's many true gods bothering me, I had the confidence to devour more than half of the origin energy, even cutting off your ancestors' hopes of leveling up. I just didn't expect you to return so quickly. Luo Feng nodded. Morosa's plan was correct. With his methods, he could devour for a few seconds at a time. If this continued, he could definitely devour more than half of the primal universe origin energy. However, His teleportation distance was at the void true god level, hence he only needed a little more than an hour to rush back. Morosa hadn't even devoured 10% of the primal universe origin energy. I'll be very excited if my revenge succeeds, but failure doesn't matter. Morosa stared at Luofeng. I'm just a level 2 realm beast. What awaits you and your human race is a true calamity, ha! Amidst his maniacal piercing laughter, Morosa suddenly began to self-destruct. One. At the same time, 3 powers descended on Morosa's body. The first was the suppression from killing Wu Yu's wings, the second was the space suppression from the Star Pagoda, and the third was the powerful strength from Luofeng's small universe origin energy. The 3 powers suppressed Morosa, making it impossible for him to self-destruct. What? Morosa looked shocked at Luofeng. Luofeng smiled. An undying meeting a universe knight, in front of a universe knight, even if he wanted to self-destruct, he wouldn't be able to. This was the absolute difference in power. And now, the peak of level 2 Morosa couldn't even self-destruct in front of Luofeng. You are indeed much stronger than before. You can even suppress my self-destruction. Morosa was incomparably furious. If it was god energy, Morosa's energy would be consumed crazily. However, the power Luofeng used, whether it was the space suppression from the Star Pagoda or the origin energy, they weren't god energy, giving Morosa no chance to struggle at all. You don't have to rush to die, Luofeng said. Actually suppressing the opponent's self-destruction was very difficult. If it was outside, without the help of the small universe origin energy or the Star Pagoda's space suppression, Luofeng wouldn't be able to do it. The Star Pagoda was a mysterious treasure. Other than some attacking methods, its main function was to suppress. After entering the Star Pagoda, it would be hard to die. This made Luofeng even more suspicious of the origin of the Star Pagoda. He no longer believed what Mountain Guest said about personally crafting it. Whatever gold light flying in caused the treasure to change, Luofeng didn't believe any of that. How could there be such a coincidence? A gold light flying in actually caused the treasure to produce such a high-level technique? Even with Luofeng's current level, some of the engravings on the Star Pagoda were deep and unfathomable. With Mountain Guest's connection with the Gene world, Luofeng believed even more. This Star Pagoda was very likely a treasure left behind by the absolute beings of the Gene country back then, the Gene godly emperor and his subordinates. This possibility was even higher. It's no use, I can't self-destruct. Morosa sneered. Do you think, by trapping me alone, you'll be able to prevent the world beast race from producing a final king? Luofeng laughed. That's indeed what I mean. According to what the source willpower said, the world beasts would kill and devour each other until there's only one left. That last one would be the world beast king. However, if Luofeng himself suppressed and trapped a world beast, causing the other beasts to be unable to kill it, even if the other beasts devoured each other until there was only one strong beast left, even if Luofeng couldn't defeat it, as long as that strong beast didn't kill Morosa, it wouldn't be able to become the world beast king. If it didn't become the world beast king, there would naturally be a chance to turn the tables. You're wrong, Morosa said with disdain. I can't self-destruct, however, in the future. I'll have to fight. If I don't, I'll immediately crumble and disappear. This is our fate, you can't stop it. Luofeng pondered. In the future, Morosa would have to fight? Looks like the final king of the world beast race couldn't be suppressed, tricks wouldn't work. I see you're so confident. Luofeng said, looks like your world beasts are very strong? Of course. Morosa said with disdain, wiping out your universe C races is too easy, even the primal universe would eventually have to destroy and escape. But from your point of view, your world beasts are very weak. Luofeng said. Morosa glanced at Luofeng. If you want to lure me to reveal the details of the world beast nest, there's no need to beat around the bush, just ask directly. Good. Luofeng nodded. Tell me, How many world beasts are there in the world beast nest, and how strong they are? You really think I'll tell you? Morosa's one eye stared wide open. I didn't expect you to be so stupid. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Ha ha, so stupid, so stupid. Morosa raised his head and laughed madly. Kill me, aren't you angry? Kill me, come at me. Not cooperating? Luo Feng shook his head. Wait till you become my slave, I'll see if you cooperate. After which, Luo Feng pointed from afar. A translucent triangular tower-shaped light flew out of his fingertip and directly flew towards Morosha. Morosha wanted to dodge, but he couldn't escape under the suppression of so many forces. That triangular tower-shaped light directly entered his chest. Everyone, today have you voted? Tomato looked longingly at the votes in everyone's hands, to be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian. Come to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1477. Luo Feng captured this Maluo Sa alive so that the other realm beasts couldn't come and kill him. He originally thought that the final realm beast king would never be born. Naturally, there would be hope for the realm beast calamity this time. But now, this path probably wouldn't work. Things probably wouldn't be so easy to accomplish, so Luo Feng thought of another path. He had enslaved Morosa. As long as Morosha becomes his sole slave as a slave, he will have absolute trust in Luo Feng from the depths of his soul. He will even be willing to die for Luo Feng. When that happens, he will naturally tell Luo Feng everything he knows. Once the enslavement is successful, I might be able to nurture Morosa into the final king. Luo Feng thought, maybe it'll be hard to do, but even if I fail, once it becomes my slave, only then will it truly serve me wholeheartedly, telling me all the information about the world beast nest, the strengths and weaknesses of the world beast. Only by knowing oneself and one's enemy can one never be defeated. No matter how one looked at it, enslaving the realm beast would greatly increase their chances of winning. Chi. When the translucent triangular tower of light entered Morosha's body, it made a light sound, and then Luo Feng couldn't sense it anymore. Failed. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Ha ha ha. Both of Morosha's heads laughed wildly, their faces full of disdain. Milky Way Overlord, you're too confident. You want to enslave me? I am an incomparably great life form nurtured by the cosmic sea. I am an existence that stands against the original universe and represents destruction. Do you really think you can enslave me? Luo Feng said indifferently. Accurately speaking, it's the 1 billion realm beasts that finally give birth to the Emperor. That's the one that represents destruction, opposing the primal universe. As for you, you're not qualified. Morasa's single eye stared at Luo Feng and smiled evilly. Yes, I am not qualified. However, you are merely a life form born from the primeval universe, and you want to enslave me? Just watch. Luo Feng said coldly. Luo Feng's fingers moved slightly, formless threads swiftly gathered in front of Luo Feng, trillions of threads quickly formed a peculiar symbol, on it were engravings that formed a word, that was the ancient civilization's word, slave. Immediately, the transparent talisman flew through the air and entered Morosa's body. Chi. A soft sound resounded. Luo Feng once again lost his connection to the symbol. HM? Luo Feng frowned. How is it? Morosa was extremely pleased. What other tricks do you have? Bring them on. My realm beast is in the same stage as you true gods. You're just a true god. How could you enslave me? Hurry up, just do it. At this moment, Morosha was being suppressed by Luo Feng. Naturally, he was extremely happy that he could make Luo Feng suffer. Luo Feng's eyes narrowed. Hua. 2 beams of golden light shot out of Luo Feng's eyes and intertwined with each other in midair. Immediately, countless golden threads intertwined and formed a gigantic golden net. It directly enveloped Morosha's body and invaded his body. Following that, it completely dissipated with a chi sound. How could this be? Morosa's mocking laughter resounded beside Luo Feng's ears. However, Luo Feng couldn't be bothered with it. It was just a suppressed world beast. The methods I used were all top-notch enslavement techniques of the East Break River and the realm of Jin. Luo Feng couldn't believe it. I didn't even feel it resist. The techniques I used immediately dissipated. Usually, slavery would be met with resistance from the enslaved. One side wanted to enslave, while the other side resisted. If one couldn't resist, then one would be enslaved. However, when he used his top-notch enslavement techniques, he didn't even feel any resistance. The moment it entered Morosha's body, it immediately dissipated. And I didn't feel any resistance either. Luo Feng was suspicious. God energy and world beast energy would naturally consume each other. However, the godly energy attacks wouldn't consume each other. For example, many true gods' soul attacks could still penetrate into the world beast's body and use their soul attack. But the technique that he had used with his god force of the god form had been destroyed without any resistance. Don't tell me it's really because it represents destruction? I don't have the right to enslave it? Luo Feng shook his head. He wasn't willing to give up so easily. Maybe I'll have to use the world beast's energy. Luo Feng pondered. Morosha was incomparably delighted. He wantonly mocked loudly, mocking Luo Feng. Just you and you want to enslave me? Ha ha. Come on, come, let's see what else you have. How is that possible? Morosha looked shocked at the white-robed man before him. Luo Feng's energy was swiftly changing, his strength was changing too. Very quickly, Luo Feng's entire body was black and emitted an evil energy, almost like a true world beast. The only difference was, the world beast had 2 heads, while Luo Feng only had 1. He couldn't be bothered to change his appearance to be the same. How can you become like this? Morosha shook his head. It's definitely fake, it's definitely just an imitation of your appearance. Your strength definitely isn't that of a world beast. Normal world beasts could also transform into true god forms and emit god energy. However, that was all fake, not true god energy. Luo Feng pointed from afar. Formless threads swiftly condensed in mid-air, quickly forming the symbol once again. On it was the ancient slave word. However, the difference between this symbol and the last one was, the energy that formed the symbol was the world beast's energy that had been ignited to the extreme. The talisman quickly flew away. Morosha was also nervous. The talisman directly entered his chest. Qi. It swiftly permeated. World. Luo Feng raised his eyebrows. He could sense the realm that existed in Morosa's body through the talisman. Many of the techniques he used just now would automatically collapse after touching the realm, so he couldn't sense it at all. But this time, after touching the realm, he easily penetrated through it. No wonder it didn't work before. There's a world within the world beast that resists all sorts of energy. Luo Feng said softly. Morosha's soul resided within the most important world within his body. Howl. His soul howled, trying its best to resist. The symbol emitted an endless amount of light, trying to suppress and stick to his soul, trying to assimilate it. Howl. His soul used all its strength, and the world itself was already strengthened. They were in a stalemate for a while, purring. The symbol finally dissipated and the enslavement failed. Morosha looked at Luo Feng in disbelief. He really didn't expect the various life forms of the universe see that he saw as food would actually have a warrior that could use the world beast's energy. Even though Luo Feng was strong in his eyes, Luo Feng was just a slightly stronger food. If he couldn't kill Luo Feng, he could only blame himself for being too weak. However, at this time, he wavered. The weak food in his eyes could actually use the world beast's energy. This Luo Feng didn't rely on the world beast. After all, if he did with just a thought, Luo Feng wouldn't be able to resist. Without relying on the world beast, without receiving any gifts, he could unleash the world beast's energy on his own. You're powerful. You're even more terrifying than I thought. However, so what? Ever since the world beast was born, its willpower has been incomparably strong. Morosha stared at Luofeng. My soul is close to perfection too. You want to enslave me? That's impossible. Even if you have the world beast's energy, it's still impossible to enslave me. Luofeng laughed. He didn't care about Morosha's cowardice at all. Even though he failed the first time, Luofeng understood that using the world beast's energy to unleash the enslavement technique had a chance of success. The failure just now meant that my soul enslavement technique isn't strong enough. Luofeng thought. I have to learn a stronger soul enslavement technique. After which, Luofeng sat crossed-legged on the ground, facing the distant world beast Morosha. One thought space, space suppression energy, universe origin energy. These three energies suppressed every bit of Morosha's energy, making it impossible for him to self-destruct. Come on, you! Morosha wantonly scolded and mocked. However, Luofeng treated all of this like a gentle breeze. He didn't care at all. At this time, most of his consciousness was concentrated on the god energy clone under the black engraved stone pillar. He allowed the god energy clone to continuously study the soul enslavement technique under a time flow that was millions of times faster. Even though the small universe's birth and his comprehension of the primal chaos evolution had improved greatly. However, after becoming a true god for over a year, other than excavating his body's potential and understanding formless and formless, Luofeng mainly digested his own comprehension and allowed his strength to reach its peak. His energy was mainly spent on the Star Pagoda, Wu Qi Shun and other battle techniques, etc. He didn't spend any energy on studying the soul enslavement technique. Before this battle, Luofeng didn't even think of enslaving a world beast. The higher the foundation, the more profound the enslavement technique he would naturally be able to learn. What Luofeng was currently working hard on was the enslavement technique he acquired in the Gene world. This enslavement technique was created by an absolute being under the Gene godly emperor back when the Gene country was still around. This absolute being was called the Three-Star World. It was the strongest enslavement technique in the entire Gene world. Even if it was created by the Gene godly emperor himself, it still couldn't compare to this absolute technique. As the saying goes, everyone has their own specialties. Enslavement techniques in the Gene country, that absolute being was the strongest. The Three-Star Realm was actually an illusory enslavement technique. Enslavement techniques were split into forceful enslavement, illusion enslavement, etc. Illusion enslavement was to make the opponent unknowingly fall into an illusion and unknowingly become a slave. Time passed. This absolute technique was extremely profound. In the blink of an eye, over a year had passed. Luofeng? Why isn't he back yet? The Primal Chaos City leader couldn't help but ask. Before Luofeng captured the world beast alive, he said he wanted to obtain some information from it. He let the Primal Chaos City leader and the others leave first. He would return very quickly. Who would have thought that over a year had passed and Luofeng still hadn't returned? In the small universe filled with endless primal chaos energy, a star pagoda floated. The star pagoda suppressed the space within. The world beast and Luofeng faced each other. The world beast was constantly mocking, cursing and provoking him. Luofeng sat cross-legged and ignored all of it. Teacher, I'll be back very soon. Luofeng finally flipped his hand and took out a tag and replied. The communication tag just now had vibrated and shocked him. He had learned the first volume of the Three-Star World. You! Morosa was stunned. Luofeng, who had been sitting crossed-legged for over a year, actually stood up. I don't know if you'll be able to hold on this time. Luofeng looked at Morosa. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1478. Come at me. Morosa tried to act tough, but under the pressure of the three powers, he couldn't even dodge. Luo Feng pointed from afar and a water droplet-shaped crystal flew out from between his fingers. Runes flowed on the surface of the water droplet. With a whoosh, the water droplet entered one of Morosha's blood-colored eyes. Morosha blinked two of his eyes and stood there in a daze. Not moving at all. Bei-di, I'm the final king, I'm the final king, ha ha ha. Standing beside a broken corpse, Morosa raised his head and laughed madly, following which he lowered his head and swallowed a few mouthfuls. You'll still be eaten by me. After eating you, I'll be the final king. Then I'll go kill that human Milky Way leader. I'll truly be invincible. That pitiful Milky Way leader underestimated me. I'll make him regret it. Morosa was extremely arrogant. Luo Feng looked at Morosa. Morosa still didn't move. Suddenly, a peculiar three-water droplet mark appeared on its chest, following which it disappeared. It's done. Luo Feng saw the water droplet mark appear on the world beast's chest and quickly felt Morosa's soul. He couldn't help but be overjoyed. Morosa blinked and was stunned for a while, muttering, I'm the final king, time to wake up. Luo Feng said. It was obvious I escaped from your hands. Morosa was stunned. You fought with countless world beasts, causing chaos in the lair. I struggled and climbed up step by step, becoming stronger and stronger. I even ate the heavily injured Bei-di. I became the final king. How could this be? Luo Feng shouted, Morosa. Morosa was stunned. The absolute respect from his soul made him bow, Master. Luo Feng laughed. Master, what kind of enslavement technique was that? I actually fell into it without even realizing it. Morosa asked. Even though he was enslaved, his memories were still intact. Naturally he remembered what happened before. Only from this moment on, the person he obeyed the most was Luo Feng. It's called Three-Star World, created by a great being called Gold. Luo Feng said. Gold? Morosa muttered. Right, Gold. Luo Feng nodded. Under the Jin God King's command, Jin was a saint that specialized in enslavement. Before the destruction of the Jin kingdom, he was the Jin God King's right-hand man. Just the slave army under his command was an extremely mysterious and powerful army of the Jin nation. Unfortunately, it disappeared along with the Jin nation. Within Luo Feng's small universe, it shook violently. A powerful pressure swept across, including Luo Feng's star pagoda. Luo Feng suddenly raised his head. Morosa, who was beside him, also raised his head in shock. It's a rule, Morosa said in shock. Luo Feng nodded in thought. That powerful pressure swept through. It carried a sense of warning. It was a warning of life and death. Enslaving a realm beast isn't that easy. Luo Feng looked at the realm beast beside him, his heart heavy. He understood. Realm beasts represented destruction. If he could enslave a realm beast, then he would have the possibility to enslave a realm beast king. Realm beast kings were enemies of the original universe. They were existences that represented the origin of destruction. Enslavement. That would definitely cause a chain reaction. It was impossible for him to succeed so easily. On the periphery of the universe ship, Mountain Passenger was sitting on a huge fragment of a cabin wall that was flying at high speed. He suddenly opened his eyes and looked up to feel the ripples. Rule! The last time my disciple broke through, it triggered the supreme rule. What's happening now? Mountain Passenger was worried. Don't tell me the birth of a realm beast king? Or something else that affects the entire cosmic sea has happened. To be able to trigger a reaction from the supreme rule, it was definitely a huge matter. In the distant depths of the pinnacle world, in the core area, in a dark place, in the endless darkness, there were many realm beasts scattered. These realm beasts were killing and eating each other. Some were hiding and absorbing energy to recover their strength. Some were constantly closing in on their prey. Many realm beasts were fighting for the title of Final King. Even the weaker realm beasts, for the sake of not dying, For the sake of letting the other beasts die, they were all struggling. Suddenly, Hua Bei, who was chasing an escaping realm beast, suddenly stopped. One of Beidi's heads had traces of blood on the corner of its mouth. Both of its heads looked in the same direction and murmured, Moro Sha. Emo Luo Sa. An ugly realm beast wielding an axe looked in that direction and muttered. The two realm beasts that were fighting stopped. The realm beasts that were hiding and recovering their strength opened their eyes. The weaker realm beasts that were carefully hiding also looked in that direction. Emo Luo Sa. Emo Luo Sa. All the realm beasts were stunned. No matter what they were doing, they all stopped. In their minds, there was only one name, Emo Luo Sa. From the moment the 1 billion realm beasts were born, they were destined to kill and eat each other. Only the last one could survive. Hence, they were naturally able to sense each other. No matter how far apart they were, they could still transmit messages. And the moment Emo Luo Sa was enslaved by Luo Feng, all the realm beasts felt it. Emo Luo Sa, who was originally one of their companions, had a drastic change in his life force. All the realm beasts understood. Emo Luo Sa had been enslaved. No words needed. No messages needed. At this time, all the realm beasts that were still alive relied on their mutual senses to confirm that the faraway Emo Luo Sa had been enslaved. He was no longer their companion, but their true enemy. Howl! Bei raised his head and let out a mournful, vengeful roar. Howl! That axe-wielding realm beast too raised his head and roared. His voice was filled with rage, vengeance, and madness. The entire realm beast lair, at this time, all the realm beasts let out roars of rage. They were enraged. As noble as they were, one of their companions had actually been enslaved. This was a provocation to their lives. This was definitely not allowed. This was a humiliation. The humiliation of all the realm beasts. It should be washed away with death. All the realm beasts remembered the message that Emo Luo Sa had sent not long ago. It was regarding the Milky Way leader Luo Feng. Emo Luo Sa had said back then that he had already been suppressed by the Milky Way leader. He told them to be careful of the Milky Way leader's star tower. In the entire universe C, it would be very difficult for the other gods to kill Emo Luo Sa. There might still be a sliver of a chance. However, if it was enslavement, other than the most terrifying Milky Way leader, no one else could do it. Plus he was being suppressed by the Milky Way leader. Then, the one who enslaved Emo Luo Sa was definitely the Milky Way leader. Milky Way leader! Milky Way leader! Milky Way leader! At this time, all the realm beasts were filled with rage. They all hated that audacious Milky Way leader. At this time, they had a common enemy. The realm beasts rarely teamed up. They didn't even care about teaming up. That was because they were born to kill and devour each other. However, if they were threatened, if they were truly angered, they would still team up. And obviously, the Milky Way leader enslaving Emo Luo Sa had truly angered these countless realm beasts. Howl, a mournful and crazed roar resounded throughout the entire realm beast lair. Within the star tower's suppression space, Luo Feng had already retracted the 3 layers of energy used to suppress Emo Luo Sa. This was because Emo Luo Sa had already been enslaved. From the depths of his soul, he was absolutely obedient. Master. Emo Luo Sa was extremely respectful. Tell me about the realm beast lair. Luo Feng's expression was serious. From the pressure of the highest laws earlier, Luo Feng had felt a sense of imminent danger. Emo Luo Sa said respectfully, Master, I first have to tell you. Before we clash this time, I sent a message to all the realm beasts in the lair about you. What's the content? Luo Feng creased his eyebrows. Emo Luo Sa immediately explained the content. Luo Feng's expression changed as he heard. Master, please forgive me. Emo Luo Sa said, Back then I was filled with boundless hatred and was prepared to die. Naturally, I wanted Master to die too. Hence I tried my best to let them know how terrifying you are. I believe this will definitely spur the evolution of the realm beast. Under the threat, they might even team up. Luo Feng said seriously, continue. Also, when I was suppressed by Master in the Star Tower, I also sent a message to them. I told them I had no power to resist and was swallowed and suppressed by the Star Tower. I couldn't even self-destruct. Mo Luosa said. What? Luo Feng couldn't help but clench his fist. Trouble. They couldn't even self-destruct? Obviously, it was to let all the realm beasts in the lair clearly understand how terrifying Luo Feng was. Then against such a threat from Luo Feng, the realm beasts would definitely be prepared. Master, back then I only wanted revenge, hence. Mo Luo Sa said anxiously. I know, I don't blame you. Luo Feng shook his head. Let me ask you, just how many realm beasts are there in the lair and how strong are they? This was the question Luo Feng was most concerned about. Only by knowing one's self and one's enemy could one prepare well and survive this calamity. Mo Luo Sa naturally told him everything he knew. He said directly, the entire lair, when it was first born, there were 1 billion realm beasts. At that time, all the realm beasts were in their newborn state, which was level 1. Luo Feng listened attentively from the side. Normally, out of 33 level 1 realm beasts, 1 level 2 realm beast will be born. Out of 33 level 2 realm beasts, 1 level 3 realm beast will be born. Based on this, Mo Luo Sa said, the most coincidental situation is that over 30 level 6 realm beasts will be born. They will devour each other and the last one to survive will be the final king. It will have the true power of destruction. The moment the king is born, no matter how strong you are, master, you won't be able to stop it. Right now, the strongest in the lair should be level 4 realm beasts. Mo Luo Sa said, of course the majority would be level 2 realm beasts. The total number of realm beasts in the lair is about 10 million. Mo Luo Sa said, 10 million? Luo Feng had already calculated the approximate number. However, after hearing Mo Luo Sa's words, he couldn't help but tremble. At least Mo Luo Sa's current strength had over 10 million realm beasts? No wonder it could be called a calamity. No wonder even the willpower had to use so many methods to find a chance of survival. End of chapter. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1479. Luo Feng's heart skipped a beat as he swiftly understood. Out of the 33 world beasts, a higher level 1 could be born. According to this ratio, 1 billion level 1 world beasts, 30 million level 2 beasts would be born, 1 million level 3 beasts would be born, 30,000 level 4 beasts would be born, 1,000 level 5 beasts would be born, and 30 level 6 beasts would be born. Right now, the strongest in the world beast nest is level 4, the main ones are level 2. Luo Feng calculated, it's indeed still the early stages of the evolution of the world beasts. Normal evolution. It should only be when this reincarnation era is about to end that the final king will be born. However, Luo Feng's threat had hastened this evolution. Maruza. Luo Feng looked at the world beast before him. How strong is the world beast? From level 1 to 6, what's the difference? Maruza said respectfully, every time it breaks through a level, it'll naturally get stronger. When it's just born, it only has a few basic abilities like splitting its body to escape, swallowing small universe energies. These basic abilities are all there. Luo Feng felt a wave of pressure. The moment it steps into level 2, its power will naturally get stronger, and it'll even have another ability, the igniting blood technique. Maruza said. Igniting blood technique? Luo Feng said, but that move you shot out blood light from your eyes back then. Remembering the first time he fought with Maruza. He used the universe chains to trap it, yet its eyes shot out blood light and broke through the chains to escape. Back then, he felt its power increase by 2 levels. Maruza said respectfully, Just as Master said, it can ignite the blood in its body to form a blood light, causing its power to increase explosively. This is a commonly used battle technique. Before, when I met Master's teacher, the Primal Chaos City leader and the others, as I was only at the pinnacle of level 2, I found it hard to deal with them, hence I had to ignite my blood multiple times. Luo Feng nodded. The igniting blood technique only consumes the blood, it doesn't harm the foundation. Maruza said, if one steps into level 3, they'll have a true life escaping technique, the World Light Passage. It's fine not using this technique, the moment it's used, it'll definitely be able to escape, but at the same time, it'll harm the foundation. It's the Rainbow Light Passage you used to teleport away? Luo Feng remembered. Morosa nodded. Yes, that colorful light is actually boundary light. In other words, this is the energy released by burning the world in my body. This is spacetime energy, and it can instantly create a spacetime tunnel to teleport away. But the burning realm, the realm is the foundation of every realm beast. At that time, I wanted to return to the second order from the third order, but I didn't expect Master to also have a method to affect time and space, forcing me to return to the first order before I could escape. Luo Feng pondered. He used One Thought Void to suppress it. One Thought Void had absolute control over space, so naturally it could affect the World Light Passageway. Then what about stepping into the fourth level? Luo Feng asked. It was good to enslave a realm beast. Now that he knew everything about the realm beast and how it worked, he could exchange for treasures that could restrain the realm beast in the realm of Gene. Once I step into the fourth stage, the realm within my body will become even stronger. Morosa sighed. There is no need to burn it. The realm light in my body can dissipate outside my body and affect the outside world. The area where the realm light spreads is the realm light domain. Within the realm light domain, the realm beast's control over the domain will greatly increase, and its strength will also be boosted. Master, you will naturally be affected. Realm light domain? Luo Feng started to worry. This was similar to One Thought Void. If I step into the fifth stage, I will possess a killer move that truly contains the destruction source energy. Morosa sighed. Ever since the birth of the realm beast, it has never had a true killing move. It has always used up its strength, burned its blood, and escaped. Now, it finally has a killer move called destruction. Hence, from the fourth stage to the fifth stage, there will be a huge leap in strength. Luo Feng's expression was solemn. How strong is it? Luo Feng asked. Once it uses destruction, it should be easy to destroy a small universe. Morosa said. Luo Feng pondered. To destroy a small universe of a true god, a void true god would need to unleash his peak fighting power. If he used the god-burning secret technique, Wu Qi Shen, Blood Shadow Blade, and Wu Yue, he would be able to reach this level. Terrifying. Luo Feng was shocked. This killer move only contains a portion of the destruction source energy. Morosa said. Only the true Realm Beast King has the complete destruction source energy. A fifth stage beast, to use this killer move, it has to pay a huge price. It uses up a lot of energy, so it won't be easily used. Then what about the sixth stage? Luo Feng asked. The sixth stage, Morosa was startled, and said slowly, once a realm beast steps into the sixth rank, it means that the other realm beasts have no hope. This sixth rank realm beast will kill everything that poses a threat, and all the other fifth rank realm beasts that pose a threat will be killed as soon as possible. As long as it's not stupid, the first to step into the sixth stage will definitely become the king. Even though it was enslaved, Morosa was still obsessed with the Realm Beast King. After all, it was born for this. Luo Feng asked, what's so special about this sixth stage beast? In terms of strength, it's slightly stronger than a fifth stage beast. Morosa said. Because it has a huge amount of energy, it can use destruction a lot more times. Then what's so special about it? Luo Feng asked. Every realm beast has its own specialties. The sixth-stage beast was no exception. 10 million clones. Morosa said slowly. What? Luo Feng's mind went blank. This is also why the first realm beast to reach level 6 is almost destined to be a king, Morosa said. Once you reach level 6, your combat power will not increase by much. However, it has the ability of myriad doppelgangers. It can easily create millions of doppelgangers and scatter them all over the cosmic sea to hide. It has millions of doppelgangers. Even if you meet one and kill one of its doppelgangers, you won't be able to escape. It won't affect it much. Of course, among the 10 million doppelgangers, there must be one main body. The main body has the strongest combat power. The other doppelgangers are usually very weak. Those doppelgangers are not used to fight, but to increase their chances of survival. As long as one of its doppelgangers doesn't die, the other doppelgangers will quickly absorb the energy to recover their strength and return to the peak of the Sixth Order. As a result, even if the other 100 or so rank 5 realm beasts work together to kill the main body, they won't be able to do so. However, the rank 6 realm beast clone will reappear after a period of time. Luo Feng felt that this was too crazy. Every time a realm beast advanced a level, it would gain an additional level of power. This 6th level was actually the myriad doppelgangers. How do we kill it? Luo Feng asked. 1. Morosa said, soul attacks. As long as we kill any one of its doppelgangers, all of its doppelgangers will die. Of course, after becoming a level 6 realm beast, its soul will be incomparably strong. Even master, at least for now, you won't be able to kill it with your soul. Luo Feng nodded. 2. Morosa said, kill the threatening level 5 realm beast. Kill the leaders and prevent the realm beasts from giving birth to a level 6. Luo Feng understood this was called precautionary measures. 3. Morosa said, just borrow the influence of fate. Fate? Luo Feng was curious. Morosa nodded. The final fate of the 1 billion realm beasts is to give birth to a king. Hence there are a few rules. For example, after a level 6 realm beast is born, if another level 6 realm beast is born, these two will have to fight to the death. These 2 rank 6 world beasts would definitely fight to the death. Even their clones would have to fight, the victor would live, and the loser would die. Hence, a level 6 realm beast. No matter what, there can only be one true living level 6. 2 level 6 realm beasts fight to the death. This is the iron rule. There's still a time limit. All the living realm beasts have to fight to the death. This is the final limit. Another example, if there's only 2 realm beasts left, even if one is level 5 and one is level 4, they have to fight to the death to survive and become the king. Morosa said. Luo Feng was shocked when he heard this. You're saying, a level 5 realm beast can become a king? Yes. Morosa nodded. Our fate is to give birth to the last king among the 1 billion realm beasts. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter if it's level 1 or 6. As long as the rest die and only one survives, then it too will swiftly rise and finally become a king. Of course, under normal circumstances, the level 6 realm beast is the last to survive. Luo Feng listened with a heavy heart. It was indeed a being that represented destruction. Even without becoming a king, it was already incomparably terrifying. Stepping into level 2, there's the burning blood technique. Stepping into level 3, there's the world light pathway. Stepping into level 4, there's the world light domain. Stepping into level 5, there's the destruction technique. Stepping into level 6, there's the 10,000 clones. As for becoming a king? The moment a king is born, Morosa said seriously, no one can stop it. Master, even if you're 10 or 100 times stronger, you still won't be able to stop the final king. Because the realm beast king doesn't even need to personally make a move. The powerful warriors it nurtures, any one of them is even more terrifying than a level 6 realm beast. If you defeat a warrior, it can nurture even stronger warriors, all the way until you fall. Luo Feng finally understood why the Origin will valued him so much. Because, with the potential and power of the realm beasts, even if they don't evolve, just the 10 million realm beasts are enough to wipe out the various races of the universe C 10 or 100 times. Relying on the other warriors of the universe C races, there really wasn't a sliver of hope. Even for himself, he could only say there was a sliver of hope. But the bigger possibility was that they would be wiped out. Master, Morosa said seriously, there's one more thing I have to tell Master. It's extremely important. Luo Feng was shocked. Morosa was incomparably serious. The moment I became Master's subordinate, the 10 million realm beasts in the realm beast nest all knew about it. Because all the realm beasts can sense each other, they can also sense my life force. From this moment on, all the realm beasts will be incomparably furious and will treat Master as their greatest enemy. At the same time, they will also treat me as their greatest enemy. All of them will want to kill me and Master. And their evolution will definitely be much faster. If Master wants to deal with those realm beasts, you have to be quick. If you're late, I'm afraid many level 5 realm beasts will be born. The final chapter, Transcending Rebirth, begins. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1480. Greatest Enemy? Luo Feng's expression changed. Right. Morosa said, Master, you don't know, every single realm beast is incomparably arrogant. They all think the realm beast race is the most noble of existences. And I've become your subordinate, whether it's because of their anger or your strength. They'll treat you as their greatest enemy, even joining forces to deal with you. Right now, their evolution speed has definitely reached an extreme. Master, you must not waste time. How much time do I have left? Luo Feng frowned. Originally, it would take trillions of eras for the final emperor to be born. Morosa said, and now it's probably speeding up. It could even take tens of thousands of eras. Also, the earlier Master acts the better, because the pinnacle realm beast grows the fastest. Beidi is currently level 4. As long as he continues to devour, he has a high chance of reaching level 5 in 10 eras. Reaching level 6 in 100 eras, there's a high chance of that too. After that, he'll wipe out all the other realm beasts. Killing all of them will waste a lot of his time. Hence, Master, it's best you act quickly, best if you act within an era, the earlier the better. Morosa said. Luo Feng pondered for a while. All right. Within the distant Jin world, Luo Feng's god energy clone was still within the Eastern Army camp. Has it begun? The god energy clone muttered, Realm Beast 5 techniques, it's really a calamity. He immediately activated the armaments on his wrist. 1. The surrounding space changed, becoming a vast armaments world. A golden silhouette descended, extremely respectful, Lord En He. The god energy clone nodded. Bring out the list of all the true god treasures. Even though trillions of eras had passed, Luo Feng hadn't truly exchanged wantonly. Even though the human race had many treasures, these treasures to Luo Feng only used up a small portion of his merit point. Back then, from Swan Empress and Huizhuowu, he acquired a vast amount of merit point. Right now he had even more merit points that he hadn't exchanged, specifically waiting for the realm beast calamity, preparing according to the actual situation. Now that he had learned a lot from Morosa, of course he could focus on exchanging for treasures. And if Luo Feng was really forced into a corner, he could just head to Wu Qi building to find the Jin God Emperor. Getting some treasures wouldn't be hard. Primal Universe, Milky Way, Sacred Land. Rumble. Space cracked, as though it had fallen into a great destruction. A spatial passageway gradually formed. The white-robed Luo Feng stood there, controlling everything. Set. A huge, endless darkness door floated there. This was the entrance to the universe pathway, It was the pathway to Luo Feng's small universe. Guard carefully, do not destroy it. The white-robed Luo Feng ordered. Yes. The three true gods and hundreds of masters of the universe who were watching the scene responded in unison. Luo Feng let out a sigh of relief and nodded. Ever since he conquered Maruza and returned to the primal universe, he had consecutively built 3 universe passages within 2 days. They all led to his own small universe. In the eyes of the human warriors, they believed that Luo Feng had the highest chance of escaping rebirth. Secondly, Luo Feng's small universe was very large, 1,000 times larger than a warrior of the same level. Hence the number of warriors it could hold was naturally much higher. Preparing for the end of this reincarnation era, many of the humans would migrate to Luo Feng's small universe. Building 3 universe passages was already considered little. Everything in the Milky Way sacred land, you can discuss and settle the ordinary matters. The important matters can be reported to the primal Chaos City leader. Luo Feng turned and ordered, in the following period of time, I won't see anyone. Yes. The warriors all obeyed. Luo Feng turned and took a step forward, vanishing into space. He had already entered his star pagoda to begin the most important part of his training. Within the star pagoda, Luo Feng sat crossed-legged, deep in thought. I have to head to the world beast nest as soon as possible. Luo Feng thought, it's best if I leave within the next era. In this era, I have to complete the undying river. This calamity involved the lives and deaths of trillions of races. Luo Feng didn't care about the other races. However, the human race, the life and death of Earth. Luo Feng couldn't help but care. For his family, teacher and countless others, Luo Feng was willing to risk his life. Once I complete the undying river, even if I'm killed, I can revive and come back again. The world beast calamity. I can't afford to lose. I have to complete the undying river. Luo Feng closed his eyes and began to concentrate on training the Broken East River's 3 absolute arts, the undying river. Without completing the undying river, Luo Feng definitely wouldn't dare to barge into the terrifying world beast nest. After all, there were over 10 million world beasts there. Even if all of them attacked together, they could easily destroy Luo Feng. Once the numbers reached a certain limit, it would completely cause a change. Time passed. Years passed. Using the 10 million times faster time training under the black patterned pillar, Luo Feng continuously dug out his own potential, pushing his own comprehension and techniques to new height. He studied the God Eye and the Yuan Array one by one. Like the Yuan Array, even though he hasn't reached the level of training yet, he at least understood it first. In the future, when his willpower becomes holy, he will naturally be able to train it in one go. Wu Qixin, Wu Slaying Wings, Star Pagoda, Luo Feng's most important 3 treasures. Naturally he spent a lot of effort on them. Within Luo Feng's small universe, a white-robed Luo Feng walked amidst the chaotic energy flow and very quickly entered the universe sources. Looking at the 100,000 planets floating in his origin space, and the whirlpool space in the center of them, Luo Feng smiled. With a flip of his hand, a drop of golden blood appeared. This drop of blood glowed with a glaring gold light, almost like there was a layer of light around this drop of blood. On the light flowed many patterns, appearing and disappearing at times. Within this drop of blood is my complete life imprint. Luo Feng said softly, the moment I die, this drop of blood can absorb my energy and revive. Over 1,000 years of time, I've only been able to condense this drop of undying river blood. Luo Feng looked at that drop of blood. It flew straight into the whirlpool space and revolved constantly, just like the 100,000 planets revolving eternally. One drop is enough. If I die, I can rely on it to revive. Once I revive, I'll just have to condense another drop. Luo Feng turned and left the origin space. 1890 year of Luo Feng enslaving the world beast. There were 2 silhouettes in space outside the Milky Way sacred land. Luo Feng, you intend to head to the world beast nest alone? And not announce it? The primal Chaos City leader was shocked. There's no need to announce it. Luo Feng shook his head. It's a good thing that I succeed. When the time comes, announcing it will naturally be better. If I fail, it's better not to announce it. Then why don't you and your family? The primal Chaos City leader hesitated. No need. Luo Feng shook his head. I'll inform you before I leave, so that you can prepare. No matter if I succeed or fail this time, I have a guarantee of returning alive. Since that's the case, I shouldn't let my wife and the others worry. Only you know of my departure this time. The primal Chaos City leader nodded. After which, Luo Feng didn't speak further. With a step, he vanished. The primal Chaos City leader stood in space for a while, muttering, "You must return alive." Even though Luo Feng said he had a guarantee of returning alive, it was after all the world beast nest. The primal Chaos City leader was still filled with worry. And on this day, other than the primal Chaos City leader, the other warriors of the Universe C didn't know. Luo Feng left silently. In the vast Universe C, a star pagoda was teleporting forward. Its destination was the fourth danger zone, Gene World. The reason why he chose to leave after 1890 year of enslaving the world beast was because it was already the time when the Gene World opened once more. Before leaving, Luo Feng naturally had to head to the Gene World to exchange for large amounts of treasures. Maruza. Luo Feng looked at Maruza beside him. There was only Maruza left beside him. Master. Maruza said, right now when you want to go to the Gene World, I can accompany you. However, when you want to go to the Dusky Land, I can't. All the world beasts can sense my presence. The moment I go, it'll be the same as revealing your location to all the world beasts. If I stay in the Universe C, I can still sense all the world beasts and inform you at all times. Luo Feng nodded. Once he brought the treasures back from the Gene World, he would place the world beast in his own small universe. In his own small universe, no matter how far away he would be able to clearly sense everything that was happening within the small universe. Maruza could speak directly. Even if he was in the Dusky Land, he would still know immediately. Right. Luo Feng thought and asked, Maruza, this time I'm going to the Dusky Land. Since you aren't following, why don't you head outside the Purple Moon universe? I'll arrange for my god body to activate the tomb boat outside the Purple Moon Sacred Land universe. Nobody in the Purple Moon Sacred Land can do anything to the tomb boat, and you'll be in the tomb boat, immediately engulfing the Purple Moon Sacred Land universe. While you're engulfing the Purple Moon Sacred Land universe, you'll be able to sense the movements of the world beast nest and inform my god body. Once my god body finds out, I'll naturally know too. All right. Maruza was excited and excited too. He naturally loved to eat delicious food. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed fiercely. Purple Moon Sacred Land? Against the world beast calamity, the Purple Moon Sacred Land was useless. Since it was useless, and the Purple Moon Sacred Land had long become his mortal enemy, then, it was better to get rid of it as soon as possible. However, it'll take a long time for me to swallow the Purple Moon Sacred Land universe's origin energy. Maruza said, the Purple Moon Sacred Land universe is much stronger than a normal true God universe. Its resistance is very strong. My swallowing speed is only 1% of what it takes to deal with a true God universe. And its size is huge. I estimate that it'll take a very long time to finish, probably 100,000 years or even longer. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1481. That long. Luo Feng frowned. Thinking about it, right, the Purple Moon ancestor was a void true god. His small universe was even bigger than his own. Maruza was only level 2 now. His swallowing speed was slower than before indeed, he needed about 100,000 years. Master, Do you want me to swallow it? Maruza was tempted. Luo Feng shook his head. Forget it, I'll let him enjoy himself for a while longer. This time I'm heading to the world beast nest. There are enemies everywhere. I can't stay too long. I'll stay there for a year at least. 100 years at most is not bad. Maruza, you can stay in my small universe and wait for my orders. Even though he really wanted to destroy the Purple Moon's sacred land. But the world beast calamity was the most important. Yes. Maruza was unwilling, but he still complied respectfully. Luo Feng looked through the star pagoda at the space outside. That was the direction of the Purple Moon's sacred land, thinking, my time is precious now. I don't have time to waste with you. When things are done, it won't be too late to destroy you. As for failure? Luo Feng couldn't be bothered to think. If he really failed, his small universe would be swallowed, everything would be destroyed. At that point, the Purple Moon's sacred land wouldn't be worth worrying about. And once it was destroyed, the Purple Moon's sacred land would definitely be destroyed. After all, even if the Purple Moon's sacred land surrendered, the world beasts wouldn't accept it, because they had no opponents that could threaten them, and such a huge sacred land universe would be a delicacy. Shwa. The star pagoda teleported an extremely long distance, constantly heading towards the Gene world. Spending less than half a day, Luo Feng rode the star pagoda into the huge being suspected to be the godly body of the godly emperor, arriving outside the small universe of the Gene world, quietly waiting for the membrane to turn white. Time passed. Another half a month passed. It's changed. Luo Feng looked at the distant small universe. The entire membrane had turned white. Different from before, after a trillion eras, the number of people who entered the Gene world was extremely few, because those who could obtain treasures usually did. Those who didn't have the ability either retreated or died. Those who wanted to enter now were few and far between. After many eras, only one would occasionally enter. And it was mainly the new universe lords from the primal universe that entered to adventure. Just like this time, other than Luo Feng, there was no one else. So, the star pagoda flew rapidly, directly penetrating the membrane and entering the realm of Gene. Boundless clouds lingered around. The star pagoda passed through the clouds and descended rapidly. Not far away, there was a ship that was parked in the clouds. Return. The white-robed Luo Feng appeared and the star pagoda landed in his palm. After which, Luo Feng walked towards the ship and the cabin door automatically opened, welcoming Luo Feng in. This ship was driven by Luo Feng's divinity avatar that he had left in the realm of Gene. Naturally, it carried a large number of treasures with it. In the cabin, the divine power incarnation sat cross-legged at the side, and a large number of treasures were placed on the empty space beside him. Most of them were mechanical treasures, but there were also other supplementary treasures. Hua. After Luo Feng arrived, he waved his hand and kept all the treasures. With these treasures, my chances of battling the world beast will be much higher. Luo Feng revealed a smile. At the same time, with a thought, the armament ring on the divine power incarnation's wrist was immediately activated. Suddenly, the surrounding space changed and turned into an armament world. One had to know, as long as one was in the realm of Gene, one could immediately enter the armament world through the armament ring. This was the benefit of the armament ring. However, normal soldiers didn't have the right to acquire it. Hua, the space changed and a golden silhouette descended from above. Lord Yin He. The golden silhouette said respectfully. Luo Feng nodded. Help me appraise this treasure and see what level it is. A light left Luo Feng's body and floated. It had 5 pairs of wings that were fully extended, emitting an immense pressure. This was one of Luo Feng's important treasures, the Wu Slaying Wings. This Wu Slaying Wings was one of Luo Feng's earliest treasures. Combined with many other parts, the power it displayed far exceeded all the treasures Luo Feng had acquired in the realm of Gene. However, after so long, the Star Pagoda and Wu Slaying Wings had been appraised by Luo Feng in the future world. This time, he had brought a large amount of treasures with him. Of course, Luo Feng felt that the Star Pagoda and Wu Slaying Wings definitely surpassed Wu Qixin. Yes. The Golden Silhouette replied respectfully. 1. The Golden Silhouette's eyes shot out beams of light that enveloped the Wu Slaying Wings. Beams of light swept through various areas. The Golden Silhouette's entire body glowed brightly. Countless beams of light shot out and enveloped every part of the Wu Slaying Wings, carefully inspecting it. Far away in the God King Valley of Jin World, the top floor of Wu Qi's building, the consciousness left behind by the Jin God King suddenly turned his head and looked towards the distant void. In that direction, Luo Feng was appraising treasures. He, the Jin God Emperor, was shocked. Other than treasures from our Jin country, I didn't expect there to be treasures from the Wu country. Looks like his encounters aren't normal. However, the Jin God Emperor laughed. The stronger he is, the better. The more complicated his background, the better. Luo Feng looked on expectantly. Up till now, he still didn't know the true origins of the Wu Slaying Wings. As for flipping through the database in the realm of Jin, that database was too huge. Luo Feng didn't have the energy to do that. The main thing was that he only needed to receive the important information from the inheritances. Lord He, the Golden Silhouette, retracted his light and said respectfully, "This wing is suspected to be the proudest mechanical treasure of the destroyed Wu country, the Primal Chaos Golden Wings." The destroyed Wu kingdom? Primal Chaos Golden Wings? Luo Feng was shocked. The Wu Slaying Wings were actually from the Wu country? The previous Duandong River was Duandong River's Wu Slaying Wings. However, from the sounds of it, the Wu country had already been destroyed. Why did his teacher, the city leader, name this wing Wu Slaying Wings? This was the Wu country's own wing. Looks like his teacher named this wing with the word Wu in it. He definitely had some gains from discovering the Wu Slaying Wings back then. Hence, he added the word Wu into the name. Primal Chaos Golden Wings, a total of 6 wings. The Golden Silhouette said respectfully. There are 5 pairs of wings. It's an incomplete state. It's missing the 5th pair. The Wu country, before it was destroyed, at its peak, it was even stronger than our Jin country. The Golden Silhouette said respectfully. And the Wu country was most proficient in creating mechanical treasures. In the war between the ancient civilization's superpowers, it all depended on the army's results. The Endless Army, along with large amounts of mechanical treasures, the attacks unleashed, even a saint would have to dodge. Luo Feng nodded in thought. He already knew now. The power levels were True God, Void True God, Eternal True God, Saint and God Emperor. The Ascended God Emperor was a God Emperor, enough to create a country. Duandong River's 3rd-generation ancestor was also at that level, similarly standing at the pinnacle of the ancient civilization. Emperor Shi and Emperor Shi were also at that level. As long as one reached that level, Du Xing would be able to create his own sect and become an absolute leader, looking down on the ancient civilization, building his own power and becoming a country. From what Luo Feng knew of in the wars between the ancient civilization's superpowers, the highest level was the God Emperor. Just like how the Wu country destroyed the Jin country, the 3 founding leaders were all God Emperors. The armies numbered in the trillions. With the mechanical treasures, even the saints wouldn't be able to stop them, unless the God Emperor appeared. And the moment the God Emperor battles, it would be a war that could topple a country, a life and death battle. Luo Feng thought. The Golden Silhouette continued. In the armies, there are group treasures, like my clan's Jin Luoland and Earth. There are also single treasures. The Primal Chaos Golden Wings are the most exceptional of the ancient civilization. The most exceptional of the ancient civilization? Luo Feng was shocked. Mechanical treasures aren't of much use to saints. To His Majesty, they're practically useless. The Golden Silhouette said, and the mechanical treasures used by the eternal true gods represent the pinnacle of mechanical treasures. And the primal chaos golden wings were created by the Wu country back then for the eternal true gods to use, a mechanical treasure. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed as he listened. The primal chaos golden wings have a total of 6 pairs of wings, each with different effects. The first pair can use time and space to increase one's escape speed. Some of the geniuses of the ancient civilization, even undying and knights, can use them. The second pair can control time and space. It's a simplified version of the true god's command law. Normal overlords can use it. The third pair can control space with a thought. It's a simplified version of the void true gods. Normal true gods can use it. The fourth pair can form a universe with a thought. It's a simplified version of the eternal true gods universe with a thought. Normal void true gods can use it. The fifth pair of wings allows one to control chaos to a certain extent. This is also the origin of the name Primal Chaos Golden Wings. Ordinary eternal true gods can use it. With the help of it, they already possess a portion of the power of a saint existence. The sixth pair of wings is the attack wing. It's invincible, extremely powerful, and leans towards the primal chaos gold. This set of wings uses the origin as the core, allowing it to unleash extremely powerful fighting abilities. It's the highest achievement of the Wu country in a single mechanical treasure. It's also the most exceptional in the ancient civilization. Eternal true gods can use it to have some of the power of a saint. Of course, the engravings are from low to high. The more powerful one is, the more powerful the engravings will be. After storing it in the origin, it's like having an external energy source. The golden silhouette said, it also allows eternal true gods to fight for longer. Luo Feng was shocked as he listened. He understood. It was no wonder that the power of the blade that burst forth from the origin was so powerful even if it was scattered in all directions instead of erupting through the sixth pair of wings. So it was the power of an eternal true god after transformation. The third pair of wings contains void with a thought. Normal true gods can use it, however. I'm not normal, I can use it as a universe lord. Luo Feng sighed. No wonder he took so long to comprehend the third pair of wings. It was designed for a true god to activate, naturally for a universe lord. The fourth pair of wings, universe with a thought? Luo Feng was filled with anticipation. Although my level has increased, I still feel like I'm a step away from activating the fourth pair of wings. This step was like a heavenly moat, very difficult to break through. During this trip to the world beast lair, he might be able to break through after fighting to the death. Help me appraise this treasure. A small pagoda appeared in Luo Feng's palm. This 9-story pagoda flew out and floated in mid-air. It was the Star Pagoda. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1482. Luo Feng looked at the floating Star Pagoda. Back then, to make the Star Pagoda recognize him as its owner, he almost died, and as he got stronger, he felt the Star Pagoda was even more mysterious. Where did it come from? Luo Feng was extremely curious. Yes, Lord Yin-He. The golden silhouette replied respectfully, following which its eyes shot out a light that enveloped the Star Pagoda and began to scan. However, after a while, its entire body glowed and continued to envelop the pagoda. 1 second, 2 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Luo Feng frowned as he watched. However, the small universe membrane would usually last for a few days. He still had time to return. It had already lasted for 5 minutes. The golden silhouette was still scanning. Still not done. Luo Feng couldn't help but ask. Killing Wu Yu had only been scanning for a short while. The golden silhouette didn't react, continuing to scan. Jin World's Godly King Valley's top floor. The Jin God Emperor gazed in the distance, his expression filled with suspicion. This treasure. I've actually never seen it before. The way it was created is so advanced that I can't even detect it. This is definitely something only a godly king could create, and one that's proficient in it. In the ancient civilization, the godly kings stood at the pinnacle of existence, like some of the founding emperors, or the third-generation ancestor, Emperor Shi, etc. They were all godly kings. And they were all proficient in different aspects. Some were proficient in close combat, some were proficient in long-range attacks, some were proficient in crafting treasures, some were proficient in mechanics. Their skills aren't below mine. And it seems even more perfect. Just who was the one who created this? How come I've never seen such a treasure before? The Gene God Emperor was curious, even though he was just a virtual consciousness. He had the memories of the true Gene God Emperor. Naturally, he knew all the famous treasures of the ancient civilization. Luo Feng waited. After a while, the golden silhouette retracted all its light. "How is it?" Luo Feng asked. He couldn't help but feel nervous. The golden silhouette replied respectfully, "I've carefully scanned, but to no avail. It's already exceeded my scanning range." "Exceeded your scanning range?" Luo Feng was curious. "Yes." The golden silhouette replied respectfully, "Within the eternal true God range, I can clearly scan it. And the moment it exceeds the eternal true God level, it's difficult. According to my detection, this pagoda-type treasure is at least a treasure used by a saint-level existence." Luo Feng's eyebrows twitched, but he wasn't shocked. Although Xiao Chen's strength was low, he could faintly sense that while the murdering Wu Yui was incredibly powerful, it was not as vast and mysterious as the Star Tower. The murdering Wu Wing was a top-notch mechanical treasure of the eternal true God level. Hence, it wasn't strange for the Star Pagoda to be used by at least a sage. "Lady Yin He," the golden figure said respectfully, "I just received a message from His Majesty, the God King, regarding this treasure." "Your Majesty the Godly King?" Luo Feng was delighted. His Majesty the Divine King is experienced and knowledgeable, so he might know. As for His Majesty the Divine King knowing that he was appraising treasures, it wasn't strange at all. After all, the Gene world was under his control. "What did His Majesty say?" Luo Feng asked. His Majesty the God King said, "This pagoda treasure is a treasure that only the God King can refine." The golden figure said respectfully, "Furthermore, it has to be the best work of a godly monarch who is proficient in refining artifacts. Only by using countless precious materials and expending the greatest amount of effort can one refine such a top-notch treasure. This pagoda-type treasure is enough for a God King to use as their main weapon." Luo Feng was stunned as he listened. A God King's main weapon? Just like Luo Feng himself had a few treasures. The normal treasures were only for use. Only the Wu Slaying Wings and the Star Pagoda were his main weapons. Yet the Gene God King said that the Star Pagoda had the qualifications to be a God King's main weapon, and it had to be the best work of a God King who was proficient in refining artifacts. How? It landed in my hands?" Luo Feng couldn't believe it. It definitely wasn't made by Mountain Passenger. Luo Feng didn't believe it anymore. Mountain Guest was a true god. Perhaps he had countless miraculous encounters, but he was a true god. No matter how powerful he was or how good his luck was, it was impossible for him to create the most perfect work of a treasure refining school's godly king. "Where did it come from?" Luo Feng asked. "Such an ultimate treasure, even in the ancient civilization, it should be famous." The golden figure said respectfully, "The owners of such treasures are all extraordinary. This treasure should be famous too. However, His Majesty the Godly King said that he's never seen this treasure before. He's never heard of it in the ancient civilization." Never heard of it? Luo Feng was curious. There were a few possibilities. One was that after the destruction of Jin country, the ancient civilization produced this treasure, the Star Pagoda, and it ended up in Mountain Passenger's hands. The other was that long before the destruction of Jin country, an absolute warrior from the ancient civilization, left this star pagoda. However, it was too long ago, even the Gene God King didn't know of it. The other was that, after an absolute being created the star pagoda, he never revealed it to the public. Looks like Teacher Mountain Passenger really had a huge encounter. Luo Feng thought, and he had a huge goal, otherwise why would he specially nurture Earth's descendants to inherit this treasure? And he actually gave up on a treasure like the star pagoda. I guessed before that he had some connection with Gene Country, especially with some existences that were exiled after Gene Country was destroyed. However, from the looks of it, even the Gene God King doesn't know the origin of the star pagoda. Luo Feng was even more suspicious. No matter what, at least he confirmed one thing through the Gene God King. The star pagoda was a God King level main weapon, and the Gene God King didn't even know of it. Look at this. Luo Feng took out his blood shadow blade and let the golden figure inspect it. Within the God King Valley, the Gene God King laughed. There are quite a lot of treasures in this Milky Way. This blade is the embryo. It's the embryo of a God King level treasure. The Gene God King said directly, his voice resounding within Luo Feng's ears. The materials used are extremely high and the price is huge. However, its secret technique requires you to imprint it yourself, using the embryo to finally create a weapon. This is the most common method used by absolute warriors. After all, to directly create a treasure like the tower-type treasure you have before is simply too difficult. That tower-type treasure of yours, what's it called? Hearing the Gene God King's voice, Luo Feng laughed. Your Majesty, this tower is called the Star Pagoda. Luo Feng wasn't afraid of the Gene God King's greed. After all, the Gene God King had died long ago, leaving behind only a consciousness. What use would he have for treasures? And the endless eras that the Gene God King had been waiting for were waiting for him. Star Pagoda? The Gene God King communicated. This is a suppressive treasure. It can suppress large amounts of enemies within. It even has the ability to tame. When your strength reaches a certain level in the future, the enemies imprisoned within the Star Pagoda can even be tamed to become your slaves, never to betray you again. Of course, the weak are easy to tame, the stronger one is, the harder it is to tame. It's mainly used for suppression, and also for battle. It's considered the most valuable battle treasure, and it's also a God King level main weapon. Its value is immeasurable. Even if your embryo eventually becomes a God King level blade. I'm afraid only 10 of them can compare to this one. Much less a mere embryo right now. For you to be able to obtain it, I'm afraid your luck is extraordinary. I'm even more confident that you can reach my goal. Hearing the God King's words, Luo Feng couldn't help but hold his breath. The Blood Shadow Blade eventually becomes a God King level blade, and only 10 of them can compare to this Star Pagoda? Suppress tame? The Star Pagoda actually has the ability to tame enemies into slaves. Luo Feng thought, looks like my strength is too weak, the power of the Star Pagoda is still too little. Luo Feng brought a bunch of treasures and left the Gene world, while his God Energy clone continued to stay in the Gene world. Star Pagoda. Wu Yue. Luo Feng smiled. These 2 treasures were indeed extraordinary, especially the Star Pagoda. Even though he was prepared, he was still shocked. Teacher, just what is your goal? Luo Feng thought. Mountain Traveler worked hard for countless eras. Just what was it for? Luo Feng had a feeling that it had to do with some deep secrets of the universe. See, even Mountain Traveler had said that they could talk about it after the Realm Beast calamity. If they couldn't make it through, it would be a waste of time. Haha, I'm within the Star Pagoda. Even if millions of Realm Beasts attack together, what can they do to me? Luo Feng was extremely happy. The Star Pagoda was the main weapon of the God King, and each of the Realm Beasts were after all only at the true God level. Even if millions of them attacked together, it would just be a light breeze. However, he couldn't be careless. Even though the Star Pagoda was indestructible, If millions of realm beasts were to push it from the outside, with Luo Feng's strength, he definitely wouldn't be able to resist. He would still be able to push the Star Pagoda into a desperate situation. That place is after all the core area of the Qingfeng world. There are some terrifying places, even though I won't die if I enter. I'll still be trapped and unable to come out. Luo Feng thought, like the extreme 3 abyss, if millions of realm beasts push the Star Pagoda together, causing me to fall into the abyss, even if I use the undying river to return. However, I won't be able to come out of the Star Pagoda. He was confident, but if he was careless, he would still lose his life. Luckily I have Morosa. Luo Feng looked at the realm beast beside him. Within the vast chaos energy of the Universe Sea, the Star Pagoda advanced at high speed, very quickly flying into Luo Feng's small universe. This ship will be controlled by my clone. Morosa, you will temporarily stay within the ship, constantly sense any movement within the realm beast nest and report to me. Luo Feng ordered. Yes, master, Morosa replied respectfully. Luo Feng smiled. You just have to focus on your work. When I go to the realm beast nest, I'll definitely use the Star Pagoda to capture a large amount of realm beasts for you to eat when I return. Morosa was overjoyed when he heard that. Within the Star Pagoda, as long as one was suppressed, they wouldn't be able to resist. Even a level 3 realm beast would be eaten by Morosa. If it was a level 4 realm beast with Luo Feng's help, Morosa would still be able to eat it. If you do your best to help me, naturally I won't forget about your benefits. Luo Feng immediately left the small universe. Regarding Morosa, deep within his heart, Luo Feng had always had an extravagant hope to nurture Morosa into the final realm beast emperor. Of course, the realm beast calamity, even now, the hope was still very small. Luo Feng didn't dare to say such big words. Realm beast nest. Luo Feng looked at the distant endless space. So, the Star Pagoda swiftly headed towards the Qingfeng world within the vast Universe Sea. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1483. In less than half a day, Luo Feng arrived at the Pinnacle World. The Pinnacle World was surrounded by endless water. Luo Feng dove into the water and teleported towards his goal, the wing space. Back then, he had obtained the white wings and origin of the Wu-slaying wing in the feather space. If he followed the normal route to the Dusklands, he would have to enter the mountain and pass through the vast inner region before entering the core region. However, there was another passage in the wing space that led directly to the core area. When I first came here, I had to be careful. Controlling the Star Pagoda, Luo Feng passed through the wing space and entered the other passage. He was already very familiar with it. In order to break through to the 3rd level of God Body, Luo Feng even went through this passage to the edge of Dusklands multiple times. Back then, I obtained the origin here. If only I could get another origin, that would be great. It's a pity such things can only be found by chance. Luo Feng shook his head and sighed. The power of the origin was extremely great. One had to know that even a void true god would find it hard to destroy a true god weapon, ultimate treasure. However, the millions of blade lights that the origin emitted from the wings could do it. Luo Feng naturally desired more of this trump card. Hence, in the Jin world, 1 trillion eras ago, he once asked General Shui Yong to use his mechanical treasures to convert and store the god energy to try and bring it out of the Jin world. It was a pity, the moment he brought it out, the converted energy would automatically dissipate. The formless supreme laws are affecting everything. Luo Feng thought, all the strong in the Jin world can't come out. Those who come out will die. Even the converted god energy can't be brought out. Only some inanimate objects like weapons, treasures, blood, skin and fur can be brought out. If General Shui Yong and the others could come out, they would have wiped out the realm beast army long ago. Although the realm beasts were powerful, They were still in the incubation stage. To the races of the Universe C, it was a disaster. But to the Gene world, it was easy. For example, sending 10 million true gods to ride in the Gene Luo world could wipe out the entire realm beast nest. Or even an eternal true god could wipe out the entire realm beast nest. It was a pity none of them could come out. Evidently, everything was affected by the formless supreme laws. With the destruction of the Gene country, the lives of the Gene world can only be trapped in that small universe forever. Luo Feng shook his head and sighed. So, the star pagoda charged forward, sometimes teleporting, sometimes flying at high speed. It was not afraid of danger at all. Of course, there were some terrifying areas that he couldn't get out of once he fell in, like the Extreme 3 Abyss or the Ice Wind Demon Cave. He would have to circle around them. These were places of nightmares. Maybe with his strength, he would be able to escape after falling in, but Luo Feng didn't dare gamble. If he couldn't come out, he would really be dumbfounded. In the blazing lava, the star pagoda advanced continuously. Flying out of the magma layer, Xiao Qin saw countless whirlwinds in the distance. Each whirlwind was like the saber light of a super expert, possessing an unfathomable tearing power. The star tower naturally charged in easily. Even though he couldn't help but be affected by the whirlwind and change of direction, Luo Feng borrowed this energy to advance even faster. The 10,000 heavy waves region is just ahead. Once I reach the 10,000 layer waves region, I'll be near the Duskland. Luo Feng thought. Zhenjia Emperor and Qiu Yan Ancestor God are there. Luo Feng came here a few times. He had secretly discovered Zhenjia Emperor and Qiu Yan Ancestor God. However, in order to avoid attracting the attention of the realm beasts, Luo Feng didn't make a move. Compared to the realm beast calamity, Zhenjia Emperor and Qiu Yan Ancestor were merely ants. When I and the realm beasts truly face off, when I have time, I'll casually kill you all. Rumble, the star pagoda flew straight into the 10,000 layer waves region and began to approach the Duskland. At the end of the endless water region was darkness. It was a darkness that made one's soul tremble. Before the realm beasts were born, the moment one entered the depths of the Duskland, they would be lost for eternity. It would be hard to escape. Usually, one would at most wander around the edges. Only when the Universe Lord had a clone would they dare enter. Even if they died, they would only lose a clone. Maruza. The star pagoda stopped at the edge of the Duskland. He gazed into the distant, endless darkness. Within Luo Feng's small universe. Maruza, give me the map of the realm beast nest. The god body said. And the location of the 10 million realm beasts. Maruza replied respectfully, Yes, master. However, master, even though I can sense the location of the realm beasts from afar, because the distance is too far, the coordinates I've marked can only give me a small area. I'm unable to pinpoint it. It's done. The god body nodded. Maruza carefully sensed, and at the same time his body began to emit threads of the realm beast's energy. It floated in mid-air and condensed into a huge ball shape with a diameter of about 1 million kilometers. The entire realm beast nest is in the shape of a ball. It will affect all senses. You Universe C true gods will get lost if you enter too deep. Maruza explained. Following which, on the 1 million kilometers diameter ball model, dots of light began to appear. Each dot of light was glowing. Countless dots of light appeared. Every dot of light here represents a realm beast. And the radius of the light is the possible location of the realm beast. I can only give you a rough area. Following which, the huge model of the realm beast nest began to reveal mountain ranges, water, etc. The Duskland and some other materials. Even though I'm master's servant, I'm unable to sense his location. Maruza said. The god body nodded. It was very hard to sense one's location in the Universe C. Hence, the lost in the Universe C situation occurred. Even though Maruza was Luo Feng's servant, he still couldn't sense Luo Feng's exact location. On the contrary, he could sense the location of all the realm beasts. This was one of their talents. Master can use those mountain ranges, water currents, huge rocks etc. to determine his own location. Maruza said. Of course, he can also use the position of the realm beasts to determine his own location. However, that way, it'll be very easy to be discovered by the realm beasts. Right now, excluding me, there's a total of 2 million realm beasts. Very good. Also, mark out the 10,000 heavy waves region. The god body ordered. Unable to mark. Maruza said. The dusk land is in the shape of a ball. The interior is constantly revolving. Compared to the mountain ranges within, their positions haven't changed. However, to the outside world, the dusk land is constantly changing. This is one of the reasons why it's easy to get lost. Since it's like that, the god body ordered. You can sense carefully. When the realm beasts change their positions, you can change the model too. Make sure to follow the changes. Yes, master. Maruza obeyed. Enter. At the edge of the 10,000 heavy waves region, the star pagoda finally flew straight into the endless darkness. The star pagoda shrunk. Luo Feng carefully controlled the star pagoda. Even though it was dark, to a warrior like Luo Feng, it was no different from light. Through the influence of time and space, he could still see extremely far away. Dead silence. It's almost like there's nothing. Luo Feng held his breath, not daring to be careless. At this time, he wasn't even sure of his position. He had to use the Duskland as a point of reference to figure it out. And before he found a point of reference, that was the most dangerous period of time. I hope my formless and formless realm beasts won't discover me. The moment they discover me, my first plan will fail. After all, there were 2 million realm beasts now. The density of them in the nest was too high. Just like when Huge Axe first entered, he died not long after. Just like Hong and Pupil were discovered not long after they entered, it could be said that Luo Feng was destined to be discovered. It all depended on the formless and formless power, whether or not the realm beasts would be able to discover him. Hide. The star pagoda vanished. Luo Feng appeared in mid-air and his body transformed. Transform! A floating rock was moving forward in the Duskland, occasionally teleporting and occasionally floating. This rock had no life energy at all, it was a very normal rock. While moving forward, while sensing the ripples in space, Luo Feng felt that his teleportation distance was much stronger than the realm beast. Naturally, his sensing distance was much greater. If he didn't sense anything wrong, he would teleport again and again. Luo Feng was shocked within and immediately stopped. After a while, an ugly and malevolent-looking realm beast teleported. With its sensing of space, it immediately discovered the existence of the rock. The realm beast's two blood-red eyes stared at the rock. Why did a rock suddenly appear here? Don't tell me it's a rock that flew out from the mountain range when the others were fighting? Humph! This malevolent-looking realm beast immediately stepped on the rock. With a purring, the rock immediately shattered into 17 to 18 pieces. After which, the realm beast left without a care. Luo Feng sensed for a while after the realm beast left. Condense! The rock once again condensed, however it had already changed into another form. Shwa! 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 He teleported forward again. Just like that, Luo Feng carefully used his formless and formless energy to prevent the realm beasts from discovering his existence. Luo Feng discovered 3 realm beasts. According to their positions, Luo Feng was able to confirm his approximate location, and finally arrived at a floating mountain range. This mountain range was 1 trillion km tall. It extended continuously and floated within the dusky land. A rock landed in the mountain range and immediately transformed into a human form. Luo Feng let out a sigh of relief. My location is finally confirmed. Confirming the location was only the first step. I rely on my formless and formless energy. The realm beasts won't be able to recognize me. Luo Feng thought, however, the moment I engage in battle with the realm beasts, if one beast discovers me, it means all of them will discover me. Then I'll be forced to execute another plan. It's destined that I can only ambush one realm beast. Since that's the case, I'll first capture the leader. Since I can only ambush one beast, then I'll directly ambush Bei Di. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. Maruza had already specially marked out the 100 most powerful realm beasts in the lair, and the strongest amongst them was without a doubt Bei Di. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Qidien.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1484. Luo Feng acted according to his first plan, heading towards Bei Di's area. Bei Di. In the darkness, a realm beast was fleeing in panic. At the same time, it roared angrily, "You're already at the peak of the Type 4 realm, and our realm beast lair has quite a few who have reached the Type 4 realm. Why don't you go and deal with Chiya, Mohe, and the others? Eating one of them is equivalent to eating 100 of us. If you keep chasing us, it will only make Mohe and the others stronger. If they reach the Type 5 realm before you, they will definitely eat you." Behind him was another realm beast chasing at high speed. This one's two eyes gleamed with a rainbow light, saying solemnly, "What I do is not up to your Ka-Cheong sect." So, the realm beast Bei Di behind continued to accelerate, his speed obviously getting faster. How could Bei Di not know? His large-scale hunting strategy made it impossible for him to control the entire situation, causing some of the elite realm beasts to have a chance to escape Bei Di's control, if it was like before. Bei Di didn't kill the weaker realm beasts, only focusing on the stronger ones, causing them to have no chance at all. His strategy before was simple, but it was destined to be slow. Milky Way leader Luo Feng's threat made Bei Di not dare to slow down. He had to constantly devour and grow stronger. "I'm stronger than Mohe and the others. I've been constantly devouring, madly evolving. I was strong in the past, and will continue to be strong in the future." Bei Di's two eyes were filled with madness. He was about to catch that realm beast. Pung! The realm beast that was fleeing before immediately split into 99 bodies and fled. As it was a battle between realm beasts, its life-saving technique, the World Light Passage, would be disrupted by Bei Di's World Light Domain, unable to stabilize, hence it couldn't unleash that technique at all. Even if it could use the Realm Light Passage to escape, it would become even weaker and die even more miserably in the lair of the realm beast. 1. Bei Di, who had a ferocious expression on his face, immediately emitted a misty rainbow light. The endless rainbow light enveloped the surrounding spacetime. It was the World Light Domain that was unique to Rank 4 world beasts. A powerful binding force acted on the 99 doppelgangers, causing them to feel as if they had sunk into a quagmire, and their flying speed became ridiculously slow. Bam! Bei Di also instantly split into 99 doppelgangers and pounced towards his opponent's 99 doppelgangers. 99 realm beasts that had shrunk to one size crazily tore at each other. Bei Di. The other clones of the fleeing party had all dissipated, and only one clone remained. It was filled with madness. Dai Ka-Cheong. Bei Di's 99 doppelgangers dissipated as well, turning back into his original form, which continued to tear at Ka-Cheong. The two of them bit and rolled about crazily. In this dusky place, they fought in an endless frenzy. Skin was torn, and jet-black blood flew everywhere. Bei Di was at the peak of the 4th rank, while Ka-Cheong was at the 3rd rank. Furthermore, there was also the support of the World Light Domain, so this fight was completely one-sided. Chi. The bloody light surrounded the sharp claws and instantly pierced through the chest of the realm beast Ka-Cheong, causing a huge hole to appear in its chest. Its realm was gone. Its body trembled, and it completely lost the ability to resist. "Betty, you will die, you will." Ka-Cheong's two eyes stared at Bei Di. "You didn't hunt Mohe and the others, but chose to deal with us. You will definitely die because of your stupidity. Gotcha. Beatty's two bloody mouths suddenly opened wide and bit down on both of Ka Cheong's heads, crushing them into pieces. Then, it chewed and chewed. Its teeth easily crushed the heads into pieces and swallowed them into its stomach. Then, it continued to chew and swallow. Soon, the entire realm beast was devoured. Another one. Beatty raised his two heads, his two eyes gleaming. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. So, Beatty immediately teleported and disappeared. About half a month later, the realm beast Beatty was madly chasing another realm beast. As Beatty had frozen the surrounding space, there was no way for him to teleport and escape. One chasing and one escaping. After eating it, I'll be close to level 5. Beatty looked forward to it, chasing the other realm beast at high speed. In the silent dark land, not a single sound could be heard. In a rumbling river that pierced through space, Luo Feng stood in the air above it. Why has the direction changed again? This Beatty's direction is constantly changing. This punk's movement speed is so fast, and I have to carefully avoid being discovered by the other realm beasts. Luo Feng was very unhappy. In the distant Luo Feng's small universe, Maluo Sa was respectfully speaking to the God Energy clone. Master, the information I spread back then. And I'm under Master's command, causing the realm beasts to evolve much faster. Usually they are very leisurely roaming around, only occasionally going out to hunt. And now they are all very crazy, constantly moving. Beatty is the same. Beatty should be madly hunting right now. As the other realm beasts can sense it, hence they are able to escape early, causing Beatty to make many wasted trips. However, because there are many realm beasts in the nest, whenever Beatty chases in one direction, there may be hundreds of thousands of realm beasts scattered in that direction. All of them are randomly fleeing, some are even killing each other. This gives Beatty a chance. Plus it can teleport the furthest, hence it can occasionally succeed. The God Energy clone listened and nodded. Mark its coordinates at all times. Yes, Master. Maluo Sa replied respectfully. Even though he knew Beatty was constantly on the move, Luo Feng didn't dare stop to rest and wait for Beatty to stop, because the moment Beatty stops, he might very well enter level 5. I have to quickly catch up to it. Luo Feng became a floating rock and once again teleported an extremely long distance, constantly closing in. In terms of teleportation distance, Luo Feng was still above Beatty. However, Beatty was able to go wherever he wanted to go. Luo Feng, however, had to avoid many realm beasts, because getting close to them would cause them to feel the ripples of teleportation. If the realm beasts felt the ripples, but couldn't sense where the other realm beasts were, they would definitely be suspicious and would immediately surround and kill him. This way, it would be easy to be exposed. Hence he had to avoid many realm beasts, causing Luo Feng to take many detours. Who knows if Beatty will rush towards me, then I'll be able to meet him head-on and directly catch him. Luo Feng anticipated. The huge rock was teleporting again and again in the dusky land. Time passed. Morosha had been maintaining the dusky land model, also maintaining all the realm beasts' light. From those lights, one could deduce that the moment Beatty touched a light, the other light would quickly disperse. Obviously, Beatty was hunting and devouring. In the blink of an eye, Luo Feng had already been in the dusky land for over 3 months. The realm beast Beatty was currently sitting on top of a strange floating bald mountain. Its aura was restrained, but the energy that was dissipating in the surrounding space was continuously gathering towards Beatty, naturally condensing into an endless black fog. The dusky land was a lair, the cradle of the realm beasts. Naturally it contained some special energy. The black mist revolved and wrapped around the realm beast Beatty. Whoo! Inhale. The black mist occasionally expanded and occasionally shrunk. Almost like a huge heart constantly expanding and contracting, this state persisted continuously. And in another part of the dusky land, noticing that Beatty actually hadn't moved, Luo Feng was naturally overjoyed as he rushed in that direction. It actually stopped temporarily. Such a long distance, even though I have to go around many places, I'll definitely be able to make it in half a day. Shwa. Shwa, the rock swiftly teleported forward. The black mist heart expanded and contracted again and again. Finally. Inhale. The entire black mist suddenly shrank. It shrank violently, and all of it shrunk into Beatty's nose. The endless black mist surged into Beatty's nose, revealing his body. Waves of blood-red light appeared on the surface of his body. The blood-red light surrounded him, and gradually, the blood-red light became denser. Rumble! 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 The space and time around the realm beast Beatty trembled. An incomparably powerful destructive ripple descended, enveloping its body. The blood light on its body became thicker and thicker, its body also slowly becoming larger. In terms of body size, the higher the level of the realm beast, the larger the body. After around an hour, the blood-red light started to slowly retract and stick to its black skin. Strange blood-red lines started to form on realm beast Beatty's skin. After a while, everything disappeared, and realm beast Beatty's entire body was covered in blood-red lines, releasing an aura that could make one's soul tremble. Who? The realm beast Beatty slowly exhaled, opening its two eyes. A carefree smile appeared on both of its heads. Finally, I've finally stepped into level 5. The realm beast Beatty finally relaxed. Ever since Mo Luo Sa sent the news, and Mo Luo Sa being suppressed and enslaved, the realm beast Beatty began a new strategy. It had never once relaxed. It knew it was gambling. If the other realm beasts entered level 5 first, it would be in trouble. However, it couldn't not gamble. The threat Luo Feng posed to it was too great. During this period of time, it didn't dare relax for even a moment. I've stepped into level 5. The realm beast nest, no one is a match for me. Mo he and the rest are destined to die. The realm beast Beatty's two eyes gleamed with madness. Mo he, Chiya and the other realm beasts had all stepped into level 4. Even though Beatty had the advantage before, at most he could suppress it. Killing it was very difficult. Just like back then when they were both level 3, Beatty had a hard time killing Mo Luo Sa. And now it was different. It had entered level 5. It was completely above level 4, and there were only so many level 4s. Mo he. The realm beast Beatty immediately teleported and began to move. However, I've maintained the same distance as when I was level 4. This way Mo he and the rest probably won't know I've stepped into level 5. You're only moving now? Not far from the realm beast Beatty, a huge rock floated in mid-air. Too late. Within 5 minutes, I'll catch up to you. Shwa. The rock swiftly closed in on the realm beast Beatty. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation. Chapter 1485. As he got closer, the huge rock transformed back into the silver-armored Luo Feng. On his back were 5 pairs of resplendent wings. At this time, Luo Feng's gaze was extremely cold. His determination to kill the realm beast Beatty was unshakable. The realm beast Beatty was the strongest amongst the realm beasts. Killing it would delay the time it took for the realm beasts to produce a level 6 being. This was equivalent to giving the Universe C races a longer buffer. Beatty has to die. Luo Feng only had one thought in his mind: kill Beatty. Shwa. 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 After more than 100 long-distance teleportations, he finally faintly sensed a teleportation fluctuation in the distance. It's over there. Luo Feng immediately teleported towards the ripple. Following closely, he unleashed his space condensation technique, preventing the opponent from teleporting away. Having just stepped into level 5, the realm beast Beatty was in high spirits. He was about to deal with the other level 4 realm beasts. He even pretended to maintain the same distance as when he was level 4. The realm beast Beatty immediately felt a ripple descend. following which the surrounding space froze. He didn't even feel the presence of the realm beast. Hence, the warrior that rushed over wasn't a realm beast. Naturally, it was a life form of the Universe C race. A warrior of the Universe C could actually sneak into the center of the Dusk Land and directly kill his way to Beatty's front? Such a coincidence? There were close to 10 million realm beasts in the Dusk Land, and they had the ability to get lost. To not be discovered by any realm beast and still meet Beatty, the chances were so low that it was negligible. Then it should be that Milky Way leader Luofeng. Only he, because he enslaved Maluo-Sa, would know the location of all the realm beasts in the Dusk Land. The realm beast Beatty immediately had many thoughts. Who is it? The realm beast Beatty knew that he couldn't teleport away anymore. He immediately roared. However, he wasn't in a rush. Both his heads looked towards the ripple. In the distance, a silver-armored human stood in mid-air. His 5 pairs of silver wings were fully extended. His eyes stared coldly at the realm beast Beatty, like a wolf staring at a sheep. You are the Universe C's strongest warrior, Milky Way leader Luofeng? The realm beast Beatty said coldly, but he was very confident in his heart. He had already stepped into the 5th level, and he had even sensed part of the source of destruction. His strength had undergone a fundamental leap. Previously, its teleportation distance was shorter, and it was only pretending to be at the 4th level. Rank 5 combat power in the entire realm beast evolution system almost stood at the peak. The advantage a rank 6 had over a rank 5 was merely the ability to create 10 million doppelgangers and the ability to fight a prolonged battle. He did not have much of an advantage in other areas. Beatty. Luofeng spoke. You know me. The realm beast Beatty's only eye shone with a dim light. Looks like Morosa told you about it. You sneaked into the Dark Land without making a sound, and none of the other realm beasts noticed you. You're really amazing. Even I noticed you first, and you showed up on your own. It seems like I'm your target when you entered the Dusk Land. Right. Luofeng nodded. It was a seemingly cold conversation. However, Luofeng was observing the realm beast Beatty at all times. This realm beast Beatty actually didn't have any fear at all? Its coldness and calmness made Luofeng shocked and alert. Because Morosa had already sent a lot of information to every realm beast before he was enslaved. Obviously, a rank 4 realm beast would definitely die in front of Luofeng. Against an opponent they couldn't defend against. They would normally panic or risk their lives or something else. However, his coldness and calmness was very peculiar. I was still thinking of killing you in the future. Since you've come to me, then. Beatty's only eye shone with madness. I'll kill you! Luofeng roared. Rumble! The 5 pairs of wings on Luofeng's back expanded fiercely. At the same time, he ignited his god energy to the extreme and madly infused it into the Wu killer wings. The first 3 scrolls of annihilation were fully unleashed. Even in the Gene World's inheritance, the true god level's 3 stages of ignition was already the limit. Luofeng's god energy swiftly activated the 3rd engraving of the Wu killer wings. Suddenly, the surrounding area of several light-years was shrouded in a boundless fog. One thought void space. The powerful binding energy madly wrapped around the Beatty's body. This made Beatty laugh loudly. Haha, you used this move to force Morosa to use the World Light Tunnel? This move is barely enough to deal with a rank 3 realm beast. However, to me, haha, it's just a joke. Waves of misty light emanated outwards. It madly eroded the area of the one thought void. Its strength even exceeded that of the one thought void by a little. It constantly expanded, and the area controlled by the one thought void shrank and shrank. Luofeng's expression changed. How can the world light domain be so strong? In theory, a rank 4 realm beast's world light domain should be about the same as my one thought void. Don't tell me this Beatty has really stepped into rank 5? It was the same world light domain. When a rank 5 realm beast and a rank 4 realm beast used it, the power was completely different. Because the world light domain's power depended on the realm. Obviously a rank 5 realm beast's realm was higher. Indeed Bei-Di. He's actually stepped into rank 5. Luo Feng's voice was cold. However, it resounded throughout the light-year area. Haha, no wonder you're the strongest warrior of the cosmic sea. You can actually know I've stepped into rank 5 so quickly. Bei-Di laughed crazily. Even though his eyes were filled with madness, they were ice cold. Luo Feng also knew from Morosa that Bei-Di was a very cold person. Cruel and merciless. I've indeed stepped into rank 5. However, you've come to me. You're really asking to die. Your space technique isn't even a match for my world light domain. This time, Bei-Di was suddenly stunned. Because a resplendent crystal pearl suddenly flew out of Luo Feng's palm. It was completely golden. This golden crystal pearl floated above Luo Feng's head. Luo Feng's divine energy that had been ignited to its limits continuously flowed into it. Through the golden crystal pearl's transformation, it swiftly became a vast and endless golden wave. Hua hua hua, the golden wave immediately appeared in the light-year area. The golden wave and one thought void complemented each other. Their power exploded and instantly suppressed the world light domain, causing it to continuously retreat. This golden crystal pearl was known as the Golden Sea Pearl. It was an extremely precious treasure that Luo Feng had brought back from the Jin realm this time around. It was a void real god level mechanical type domain treasure. Of course, it was a very normal type and any void real god could use it. One had to know that the limit of a true god's self-created secret technique was only at the pinnacle of the 9th rank. When Luo Feng was comprehending primal chaos evolution, he far exceeded this limit. In terms of realm, he could completely match up to a normal void true god. Hence, this golden sea pearl could be activated. Actually, in the Jin world, Luo Feng could exchange for treasures at the same price. He could also sell them to the armament world at the same price. Hence, Luo Feng actually obtained a bunch of treasures to see if he could comprehend and activate them. If he felt that he couldn't activate them, he would return. For example, Wu Qi-Shin was a true god mechanical type treasure. It was split into 3 stages. The 3rd stage was especially difficult. It was even more difficult to activate than many void true god mechanical type treasures. The difficulty of the 3rd stage of the slaying Wu Wings is rather low, Luo Feng sighed. I can activate it at the Master of the Universe level. Normal true gods can activate it too. Moreover, the slaying Wu Wings lacks the source. Hence, the power of this move is indeed weaker than the world light domain. The higher the level of the secret technique, the more powerful it was. The simplified version of the one thought space was far from Luo Feng's true strength at the moment. It was a pity that Luo Feng was still a step away from mastering the 4th stage of the slaying Wu Wings, one thought universe. Otherwise, once he comprehended it and used it, its power would be considered strong. In terms of profoundness, the Golden Sea Pearl naturally far surpassed one thought void. Only normal void true gods could activate it. It was also close to the limit of what Luo Feng could activate. It was another mechanical type treasure. Although it wasn't as exquisite as the slaying Wu Wings, its power was still much stronger than one thought void. The Golden Sea was endless, one thought void. The two pressured the world light domain to frantically shrink. Humph! Realm Beast Bei-Di snorted angrily. The world light domain had already shrunk to the point where it only surrounded the surface of his body like a thin film. Even so, this layer of a world light membrane was extremely dense, but it still withstood all attack. Milky Way Lord Luo Feng. Realm Beast Bei-Di snorted coldly. You are just relying on treasures. You kept Morosa in your star tower and enslaved him. You probably relied on the power of treasures too. The truth wasn't far from it. Luo Feng used one thought void, the power to suppress space and the power of the universe's source to make Morosa unable to resist the explosion. I heard that you have an endless ocean clone, Realm Beast Beidai said. The Realm Beast Beidai was exceptionally cold and arrogant. He was indeed full of confidence. Just as he opened his mouth to speak, endless black light swiftly shot out with him at the center, enveloping the distant Luo Feng. It was so fast that Luo Feng couldn't dodge it. Countless black threads madly wrapped around Luo Feng, wrapping around him and turning him into a cocoon. However, you were originally a human, and now you've stepped into the true God level. You have to return to your roots and become a human. Your endless ocean clone is probably gone. Kill you? There's no need to fight you at all. I just need to use up your God energy. Realm Beast Beidai looked at the distant black mist cocoon and laughed. The same move, when a level 3 world beast uses it, it's completely different from when a level 5 world beast uses it. My energy is purer and more forceful. The world energy absorption is also stronger. Chi. Luo Feng, who was trapped in the black mist cocoon, didn't rush to break out. Instead, he madly burned his God energy and madly attacked the surrounding black mist cocoon. His God energy and the realm beast's energy madly clashed. Competing with my God energy? Luo Feng sneered within. He could easily transform his God energy into the realm beast's energy, causing his opponent to be unable to fight back. However, to fight back, why not? According to what Morosa said, a level 5 realm beast's God energy reserve is probably comparable to a 100 million kilometers tall true God. Luo Feng thought, however, it's still not even a trillionth of mine. To be continued. If you like this work, please come to Chidian.com to vote for me. Your support is my greatest motivation.